Hey everybody. Yeah, I'm just waiting on Mountain Mama. I haven't heard back from her yet. So I guess I hit her up and I didn't hear back from her. So I guess we just gotta start, you know. Yeah, we don't have a guest on tonight, so we're gonna have you guys come up here in a little bit. I just want to get more people up in here first to see what's going on. That's funny, Jason. But what's up, Jason? What's up, everybody? Yeah. So if anybody was confused, they're on Mountain Mama's channel and they're hearing me. It's because like when I type all three channels, it types. Look, I'll show you. See? So if anybody's confused, you see? It's me, the channel, and Mountain Mama typing at the same time. I'm gonna do the Chester slide real quick. I'm still here. I'm not going nowhere. There's a lot of stuff to talk about today, though. I'm gonna see if I could play a video. I don't know if I could do that on here. I might have to use the laptop. But there's a couple videos I wanted to check out. Oh, hey, what's up, Miss Rady? I put your member thing on there. It came up like right away. I'm still here. Yeah, I text Mountain Mom and I didn't hear from her. So she said she wasn't feeling good. I'm hoping she didn't just pass out, but it's cool. She's been busting her ass, so it's all good. Yeah, hell yeah. And I was just playing around with this stuff, so I'm still learning. And Mountain Mama knows how to do all this shit. We could talk about like Jay-Z, what's going on with him. We could talk about some of the Diddy stuff that I've heard of. We could talk about that Pew Pew situation with that United Healthcare worker. That everybody's like liking that guy Luigi. What's up, Larry? So yeah, what's up, Jason, Larry, Miss Rainey? Yeah, so we could talk about all this stuff. I'm gonna see if I could play videos while I'm on here. And then after that, I'll have a couple guests come up. If you guys want to come up and talk, you guys are all more than welcome. But all this shit this week has been a lot of crazy stuff in the news. And it's right around when we're about to change presidents. You know? I don't think it's a coincidence. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just doing the Chester slide real quick, almost finished. Then I'll be back in the picture, literally. So I'm holding down the fort tonight. So we just gonna get, you know, what you get. But we gonna have a good episode tonight. Do we only have one chat rolling? I don't know. It should be in all the chats. It's connected to all three because as soon as I type, I can see mine, Mountain Mamas, and the channels come up. See you. I'm just doing a demo, saying yo as a demo. So yeah, it came up me, Mountain Mama, and the podcast. What do you think? What do you think the next virus will be started when he gets in? I don't know. I hope not, but you never know. Biden is sending 50 billion to Ukraine. Surprise! Hell yeah! Because he's gonna do all this crazy shit before he gets out of office. He pardoned his son, and this ain't allegedly. This really happened. So that's what he's doing. What's the third channel? It's the podcast channel. That anything and everything podcast. So you can find the actual page. Oh, don't want that to fall. That glass will break. Yeah. But what's good, everybody? Hey, Larry. I'm gonna go smoke some of a cigarette. I want to see if I could get that to work. Actually, I think you have to do that from the computer, though. I'm not sure. Settings. Yeah, I think I gotta do that from the computer. That's cool. I might go mess around with it from the computer. There's a way to do it, though. I know there's a way to do it on here. Settings. Layouts. I'm not messing with that crap. Nope. General. Nope. Nope. I got an idea. I'll do it when I get upstairs. So how's everybody tonight? Yeah, I'm doing good. It's been a long week. I can't wait for this week to be over. But you know, it is what it is. Struggling, striving, good times. Hell yeah. Hey Subi, what's up, Ida Creator? Yeah, I text Mountain Mama. If anybody's got Mountain Mama's number, I think Miss Rainey does. Give her a text and see if she's sleeping. I don't think she was feeling right, you know? So, yeah, I don't think she was feeling good, she was saying. It had changed the box in the middle to make it bigger. I didn't know you could do that because it was always so small and you couldn't see anybody. So I don't know if making it bigger like will affect it. Like when I had people come up tonight. So I don't know. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Yeah, it's a lot of crazy shit going on. Like with that guy who I don't know, like they're showing I don't know if you've seen that picture. I gotta show you guys a picture. I think I sent it to Miss Rainey and Country Boy and Mountain Mama. There's a picture of like the suspect when he had his mask on or when he had it off and they took that picture of the dude and he had it down. You could see between his eyebrows, it was like it didn't connect. And when they arrested that guy, he had like a full connector. You know what I mean? Like a unibrow. So many things, Chester. Hell yeah. Hey, people. What's up, girls? So yeah, he had like a connector, like the dude who they arrested. So you know what I mean? I don't know anybody who could grow a full unibrow. I don't care how Sicilian you are. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody. And Italians having a whole bunch of hair is bullshit. Look at me. I'm bald. And I've seen pictures of them coming off the boat. They were bald. Everybody was bald. But basically. But yeah, they had a picture of the guy they arrested. He had like no hair. I mean, he had hair here. And the guy that committed that crime had like no hair here. So it's like, you know what I mean? The hair just grew here. It's weird, you know? Now, I don't know if this is true. I'm just saying allegedly. In that Jay-Z suit, everyone is going to fall. Hell yeah. I see that coming, Miss Rainey, 100%. I think Jay-Z, with the whole thing with Jay-Z, I think he's screwed. And they said he was at some award show crying. What's up, Sono? It's right. Yeah, those big drones flying. Yeah, everybody's going crazy about that. I seen a drone the other night. I saw one flying up here the other night. Everybody was talking about. That's crazy. You know about that? I just thought that was on the news around here. So that's everybody in America knows about that. That's American. I didn't know that. I thought they were just talking about that around here. Said, okay, y'all went there, went here. But yeah, there's a lot of drones, a lot of crazy shit happening this week on the news. The grassy knoll. That's funny. Can you just put the lighter up there, John? So yes. 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 Is your friend okay? Is that mom okay? TikTok gives me my news. And TikTok's about to be gone too. They talking about that after Biden's gone. People want to get rid of TikTok bad. So TikTok's on its way out. That's what they saying. I'm gonna grub real quick. Hungry. But I'm gonna go up in a minute and try to see if I could go on the computer and play videos. I know there's a way to do it. I don't know. You can't do it from the phone. Mm. And if anybody wants to come up tonight, I put the guest thing out early because we're not having any guests tonight. We're going to do that on Saturday. Here, copy. All right, I'm going to try to do this. Put the guest information on it. Paste. Yeah, so if anybody wants to come up tonight, I just sent the thing. We could talk about whatever tonight. I don't care. I know some people wanted to talk about that Black Kitty situation. We could talk about that too. I don't care. That whole shit's crazy. Mm. Yeah, nobody's on mine. That's crazy. I don't know. They'll hop in later. That's how my shit works. Like I do a live, nobody goes in it, and then like you'll get like two people, and three, and then it starts growing. The longer I'm on, people are like, "Oh, Chester's live." I don't know why it's not giving out notifications. Fucking weird. Do I go or sit back and watch? Decisions. It's all right. It's up to you guys. You guys can come in if you want. If you just want to watch and chill, that's cool too. If anybody knows Mountain Mama's number, give her a text. I don't think she's feeling good, but if you hear back from her, let me know. I just decided to go. I hit her up, so I was like, I'm gonna go. I don't think she was feeling good, so it's all good. All right, hell yeah, Jack. I'd love to talk to you about some stuff in here. Mm. You got me a whole bunch of beans, Jack. On you got me a whole bunch of beans on that one app, the Bigo. And that app, I heard you can't download that shit anymore because if something bad happened on there. I don't know if anybody's heard about that. All right, I appreciate that, Miss Randy. Christopher Jordan, what's good? Yo, you should come up tonight, man. I'll send you the link. You should definitely come up. Here, copy link. I'll post it in the stream. Oh, hell yeah. I gotta charge my shit too. Yeah, that's why I'm over here. My phone was dead. I went for a walk. It was like terrible. Hey, Miss Queen, I appreciate that earlier. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Yeah, and we could talk about whatever. I sent an invite. People want to come up. You're more than welcome to. You want to just chill. Usually people come up later, like the second half of the show. I don't want to cancel the episode. Um, I know Mountain Mama's not feeling good, so she's just worn out. Like this is like her first week really working, so I don't blame her. You know. So if she's like not feeling good, she crashed out. It's all good. Nah, man, you good, Wayne? I was a little bit late, so this is how we starting it out. How you doing, Wayne? Mm. I would have just gotten out of the bath. Oh, TMI. That's all good. I had a creator. Hey, Wayne. Hey, Wayne. Yeah, Wayne. What do you think about what's going on with Jay Z? They're saying Jay Z was in a room with Diddy. This is the accusations, and I gotta say, allegedly, I don't, whatever, but allegedly, they were in the room and they did something. They said some girl who was 13 went to the VMAs, Video Music Awards, and I don't know if you heard this story. You got a piece of tape on you. Yeah, I got some free shirt from church. All right. And but yeah, so the girl said she wanted to get into the VMAs. They wouldn't let her in. And then the limo driver said, "This way here, Diddy likes young girls." This is true. Well, I gotta say allegedly. But then he went to go after the VMAs. He told the girl, "Wait here, and then you can come to the after party if you want." And they went, and she said the limo told her he's got to pick up Diddy and everybody, and she didn't believe it. So they did that. Then, like 10 minutes later, the limo came back and picked her up. So then she went to this like big house, and then she was like 13 years old. She was just chilling. She saw a whole bunch of celebrities. She said she signed something on the way in. The accusations against Jay Z are false. Period. I don't know. Jay Z's a little creepy. You know what I mean? He killed Aaliyah. Allegedly. Allegedly, Jay Z killed Aaliyah. Allegedly. Jay Z unalive. Unalive. And he what Snake Eye is that her name? Snake Eye unalived. Is that her the other pretty rapper's name? The female. Who? Jay Z and Beyonce Snake took out Beyonce's competition. The girl from TLC. They're Left Eye. Okay, so Jay Z unalive and Beyonce unalive Left Eye. And Jay Z unalived Aaliyah. We just watched it on Netflix because he wanted to take out Beyonce's competition. Well, that's what they say. We watched the whole thing. Yeah. About it. Yeah, say allegedly. So whoever likes Jay Z, I'm not saying any problem. Allegedly. What's up, Asia? I really care for Jay Z too. But when I watched that documentary, it made me sick because it said that he unalived them so Beyonce would be on top. You know, so it's just a shame because But let me get back to the story. Yeah. So anyway, this girl gets to this party. She's 13 years old. They said that they would take her to the after party. She's there. She gets in. She says she signed something. She thinks it was like some kind of waiver where she can't sue them or whatever. I don't. You guys know what I'm talking about. So she signed this thing. Form. Yeah, basically a consent form. And anyway, she said all of a sudden she was drinking something and she felt real dizzy. Walked into one of the bedrooms, and then she said Jay Z and Diddy took advantage of her. And she said it was one other female celebrity, and I don't know. They can't say her name. Her name's like redacted, and that's all I know right now. That's the Jay Z accusations allegedly. That's all I have to say. I don't. Nobody. Here's the thing that I tell everybody though. No one knows where the nose goes behind closed doors. Yeah. If you ain't there, you ain't know. So this is all speculation. I always had a feeling about Jay Z, and then there's a lot of pictures of Jay Z and Diddy together. You seen that one party? There was what you call it? Diddy's 50th birthday party. I think I showed you it. It was on the internet, and then afterward, they took it off. All the pictures of all these celebrities. After Diddy got in trouble, they took down those videos. They're like really hard to find right now. If anybody like wants to go look it up, like Diddy's 50th birthday party online, it was like filmed in black and white, and it looked like The Great Gatsby. But all these celebrities, it was crazy. There was so many celebrities. Like Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio's there. Yeah, all these celebrities. Ashton Kutcher. No one's speaking up and saying. What should we call it? Jamie Foxx, and then Jamie Foxx just released a comedy special tonight. Yeah. Or it came out, and he says he was talking about Diddy parties, and I don't know. And what? He's trying to connect it like how he got sick to like Diddy. That's what they're trying to say. Yeah, Diddy hurt Jamie Foxx and made him out of car accident. Allegedly. But that's all we'll say. I gotta get a picture of me like as a sticker going like allegedly. That'd be funny. Yeah, no one's more cute. You want more all this time? You gotta say allegedly because you'll get in trouble. You know. So that was pretty crazy. All that stuff with Jay Z, but then to make it even crazier, they had this whole shit where this United Healthcare worker, the CEO of United Healthcare, was unalived by it looked like an assassin in New York. So I was talking about all these crazy people being from Pennsylvania, and we get out of here with that shit. Sorry, Mom McFly. Oh, I'm just saying with Jay Z. Jay Z is solid in my book. I don't know about that. Jay Z, I don't know. But then again, nobody knows. He had a lot of connection to Obama, which is weird. Like as soon as the Obamas became like in the White House, Jay Z and Beyonce were like elevated. It's like the Illuminati was like letting them in. Not much, just warming up. But the whole thing is like with Jay Z, like how come their daughter has a Grammy? She doesn't even make music. You know what I mean? It's like they were giving him Grammys to go to these awards. That's why he got like 13 Grammys. Isn't that crazy? Like that's the most amount of Grammys in the world that he has. I think Beyonce's like number two because they get him to go to the shows and shit. Oh yeah, so that's crazy, right? Oh, Miss Queen had been fooled. Oh, that's crazy. But like I said, the United Healthcare guy who got Pew Pew, the CEO, they found that guy in Altoona. Like I said, I was I was skeptical of the guy, and the whole situation is just weird. They were saying it was a 3D printed Pew Pew, and you know what I mean? Like the way this guy did it, he's so rich. Why would he be at a McDonald's in Altoona with all the weapons and a note on him? You know what I mean? Like all that stuff. This was weird to me. And like I said, there's a picture of the guy when they caught him, or when they seen him. He has two eyebrows, and when they caught the guy, he has a full unibrow. And there's no way he could have grown that much hair in like 2 days. You know what I mean? So it's just weird. But I don't know. But there's a picture. You gotta check it out. It shows his eyebrows. Mm. They all party together. Think about it. Think about who you surround yourself with. Like-minded people. They do the same. There's no way he was involved. More distractions. Yeah. Did you see that chick that snitch possibly isn't getting the reward money? Who I heard it was a guy that reported him. Are you talking about that Pew Pew guy from the thing? I don't know. I've been surrounded by some pretty shady people. Why I didn't who didn't switch up? Just saying. I hear you, Queen. It's fair. I've done the same, and my character, 100%. But a lot of these rich people, we don't really know who they are. You know, we like them for their music, we like them for their movies, but who are they? You know, it's crazy. We become idol worshippers, and we don't even know it. I'm sorry, I didn't ask you out loud. I think a lot of this stuff changed. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay? There you go. That sounds better. I'm so sorry. I get you Tylenol and ice pack. Okay? But like, we don't know who these people really are. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we don't know who they are. We know their music, we know the part they played in the movie, and that's why we like them. But are these people like that? I've seen people that I've watched in movies, like Ben Stiller, and like the way he was in real life was very strange. You know what I mean? He was saying that he always wanted to be black, and you know, I always like who I am. You gotta love who you are. You don't want to be anything else. I admire some black people, and I admire all kinds of people, but I would never want to be anybody else. It's just weird for him to say that, you know. And the way he talks is different than like in the movies. I don't know if that makes sense because they're playing a character, and then like when you actually see them, they're not that character. You know, we love them for the character, but we don't, know who they really are. Oh, shout out from the what up? I'm from Pennsylvania. Shout out to the Poconos. Oh yeah. Hey Nacho. I think Mount Mama wasn't feeling good, so I'm doing this solo dolo tonight. Queen, look, Allie Carter. No relation to the Carters. She has a crap ton to say about who's involved. Hmm, that's interesting. I think Ashton Kutcher, he's been really quiet. There was a while when before Danny Masterson got in trouble where you saw Ashton Kutcher everywhere. Remember, he replaced Charlie Sheen. He was the safe bet to replace Charlie Sheen on Two and a Half Men. Saw the guy everywhere. And now I don't see the guy, you know? Hmm. Hey guys, hey Nacho. No, I agree. She's been busting her ass, and then she goes home, and then she cooks food. It's a lot. It's a lot. So respect the mountain mom. And remember, eat your greens. Mm. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. That's crazy that as people heard about them drones flying around here. There's been a lot of weird drones. I told you I filmed UFOs around here. So I look up at nighttime and I've seen a whole bunch of weird shit. Somebody said they saw that too the other night. I think I thought it was a police helicopter in one of these lives I was talking about. And it wasn't a police helicopter, it was one of these drones, I think. It was pretty crazy. Mm. I came back to this channel, the other channel gave me TiVo ads. Which channel? Probably mine because it's monetized. JJ, it was ads. Yeah, so I don't care. Don't skip those ads. Hit that skip button. Somebody told me like I watched the ads for you. Don't watch those fucking ads for me. That's stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah, your channel, bro. I knew it was because it's the only monetized one. All my videos are monetized. But when I do the podcast for whatever reason, you get more ads. I don't know why. I think because it's like more of a vertical thing. It's all right. I advertised for it tonight. And then sometimes it's hit or miss on my channel. I was really fascinated about what the Black Kitty was saying about the Black Liar. That's an actual person we know. Was saying that they're getting money for homeless people. No, I don't know. I just thought that was a little peculiar. Not me. They made a video about this. I'm not. I'm just asking questions. I'm out the drama. I just, somebody was asking for money. Now they're getting money for homeless. Is it a weird stretch? Oh, you know what I mean? Mm. Mm, 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 Has anybody watched the Jamie Foxx stand up yet? Because I really want to see it. He said he was going to shovel snow. I thought he had seizures. Yeah, that would be a terrible thing to do. So if you did have seizures, I'm just saying in general, and you go shovel snow, you know, and nobody's around and you fall, something happens, who's going to be there to help you? That's actually one of the worst ideas you could do. Yeah, he was asking for people to buy his stuff from his store, so he consented to the homeless. Oh yeah, next year. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's going to send it next year. That's what he said. That's crazy. That's fucking. It's crazy. He also says, what you call it? He also said now he makes shit up just to see if he'll talk about it. So he's telling us he's a liar. Yes, that's pretty accurate. Drugs are expensive, guys. Maybe he's getting drugs for the homeless. Oh, that's. Mm. Mm. Mommy's making your milk up, okay? Leave Leona alone, please. This is why I mute my headphones. They're not doing anything wrong. Just run and play. They're not being that. They're being kids. They're not, I know. They're being happy. They're not chasing the cats. They're playing with each other. Finally, I know. Don't go in the kitchen, guys. Stop running. You're gonna get hurt. The homeless need thing, especially because it's cold outside. Yeah, they need a black lion flag. That's what the homeless really need. Some Mama Cricket Crocs. That's what the homeless really needs. You know, I think that's funny. Yeah, I agree with you, Subi. I don't know. Somebody was saying that it's like something speedy. That's, I don't know. It's some kind of method acting, if you know what I'm saying. Something speedy, so he could do that meth it acting. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Oh, yeah. That's fucking awesome, man. There's a couple videos I wanted you to see, The Real Black Lion. It shows, yeah, I had a few seizures when I almost got caught cheating. You were cheating? What were you cheating on? Mama Grasshopper? Somebody got to make a Mama Grasshopper page. I just think that would be funny. Like, oh shit, it's Mama Grasshopper. The Rocking Challenge. That shit was fucking hilarious. I got a feeling somebody going to not believe us and run and tattle on us. I believe it. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I just would love to see a real Black Lion video. I'm just saying, if this could happen, with him saying, "You think I'm going to give up my channel for you, and you?" That sound bite is fucking gold. Black Limer is good for fire starters. Yeah, I was going to say to wipe somebody's butt. You'll see. All of a sudden, we'll get a whole bunch of lurkers in here. I'll bet money. Real Black Lion, you are my hero. Yeah, Real Black Lion, you're my hero too. Whoever it is, God bless you. You run an amazing channel. JJ, what are you trying to do? Put that fire out? Yeah, it's probably like cheap slave labor materials. How many little kids do you think in China printed out that Black Lion flag? That's child labor that's probably making that shit. I got it. Shit on my channel. I don't try to push it all the time. I always see them trying to push merch. I just, if you're going to make something, if people want to buy it, they'll buy it. You know, stop trying to sell to all your friends. That's what I asked him, like, when he got monetized. I'm like, you know, when you get monetized, I'm just saying anybody, like, I didn't change. I just kept doing the same shit. I film videos that I like. I make videos of the cat, of me walking. I have fun with it. I didn't change who I was. So like now I'm gonna market everybody and try to make money. That's crazy. I said that to him. I'm like, what? Now you're acting a little different. I'm like, you really know what you're doing on here. That's funny. Just remember, heroes still have a team behind them. Remember, heroes still have a team behind them. Hell yeah. A real Black Lion, though. Where'd he go? Yeah, he's my hero, too, though. The real Black Lion. I'm going to try to see if I could go on the computer and get on here. See if that shit works. I'm coming out. Don't lock it. I just got done eating my dinner. Let me see. Thanks. Get the other lighter, baby. Yeah. What are you doing? I don't know what you did. I don't want to even see. You're nuts. If you don't. Oh, there we go. We got a guest.
What's going on?
Yeah, good stuff. How you doing?
Going on,
Yeah.
everybody? I wanted to jump in while you were still talking about the deleter is what I'll call him, because no one's paying attention to the details of that. Have you heard about that?
What do you mean?
So the dude had the word used for denial written on the casing of the projectiles,
Yeah, I got you.
and he dropped a backpack full of Monopoly money.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I was like, this dude put some crazy thought into what he did. I am in no way justifying what he did, but he thought this through.
Yeah, I thought that too. That's why, like, the guy they got, I don't know. It doesn't look like the guy from the picture.
It's him. They recovered his manifesto.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it was like he had everything on him though. If he thought everything through, like, why would he still have that stuff on him?
They wouldn't have got his manifesto if they didn't know that was him.
Open the dollhouse, please, and get some little dolls.
That's true.
Okay? I'll give you something to do. Go get your dolls, baby, please, from here.
Yeah, but why did he have all that Monopoly money? Like, what was the point of that?
So they had just got done leaving a meeting that was like, hey, we have billions and billions of dollars worth of profit.
Come on, go watch your show.
And he was saying that,
I got you. Come on.
at least the way that I interpret it, he was stating that money isn't worth people's lives. Like, you're denying these people that are dying over fake money, right? Like, that life is much more valuable than money.
I got you. Yeah, a lot of people are, like, on Reddit are looking at that guy as a hero. You know that? Like, they have, like, all this free Luigi stuff, like, on Reddit and shit.
A lot of people want to sit there and blame this company and, like, say that he's the devil and that they're happy for him. And the problem is that this is a capitalistic country. If you don't like the people, don't buy their products.
Exactly. There's so many other insurance companies you can get.
And if you don't like another insurance company, like, I don't like any of these insurance companies, then make one. No one's saying you can't. If you see that there's a gap in the market, then make something for, like, that's the beauty about capitalism.
Yeah.
Yes, right now.
But I also want to say shout out to Mountain Mama. Sorry you're not feeling good. So I jumped in for a little bit.
That's cool.
Your background is hellaciously noisy.
I know. I'm trying to watch the kids. And,
you get one more chance because
I disagree with what Fools is saying. I am not on board with his ideas.
That's funny.
I mean, that's the whole point of having a discussion, right? Is be able to have disagreeing opinions.
And that guy came from a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you heard about that, dude. They said that his family owns all these country clubs, and, like, you know, he was living in Hawaii and all these different places. Like, it just doesn't make sense. They showed that guy going after he got arrested. You see him? And he was screaming, and they used that picture when he was screaming, like, as his picture. So he looked terrible in that picture.
Well, my thing is, from what I've heard and looked into, I only looked into this bare minimum, is he had like a botched back surgery and he was like living in pain. So then he got on magic mushrooms and probably decided to take this out on the insurance companies.
That's crazy.
Like,
hey, Chester.
In no way am I saying that capitalism is perfect. What I am saying is that it's the closest thing we got, right? Capitalism has its flaws just like anybody else. There's always that person that's screwing the system in order to make money. Thus the reason why communism will never work. But these people that pop off and say, oh, we need to have share or free healthcare. Anything that's free is always gets screwed over. If you don't believe me, join the military and check out their free healthcare. Go to Canada and check out their free healthcare. There's videos all over the internet of Canadians going into American hospitals and being like, the paint's not peeling off the walls. There's not a wait list for 10 years. And they wonder, why can't we have free healthcare? Canada actually made it legal for you to be assisted in self-deletion, right?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
The fact that we sit there and scream that we need free anything, anytime that anything's free, the quality of it goes down, period. If I gave everybody $1 million right now, the cost of money would be in the toilet. So we need to stop thinking about free and actually earning what you like. Sorry, I'm on a tangent and I'll shut up.
No, you're good. You're good.
It just drives me nuts, these people that want everything needs to be free. Why does everything need to be free?
Yeah, that's
Why don't
like,
you think that you have to work for it? You know?
yeah, it's bullshit. It's because the left is becoming extremely communist.
I know this. God, do I know this? And you're talking about looking out for the working man, and then you have communistic views, which is the exact opposite of the working man.
100%.
Because communism sits there and goes, this is what you're going to do. I don't care what you're good at. I don't care what you're passionate about. This is what you're going to do because this is what you do. And then no one who's at this level is ever going to go up higher. No one's ever going to, right? If you look at true communism, what everyone sits there and says, that's not real communism. I want to punch these people in the mouth because they're not thinking.
Exactly. And they don't, and you know, the communism that you get is always like, it becomes a tyrant always running the place, and the people that are running from the top, who got everything at the top, they get most of the shit, and it just, everybody else gets fucked basically.
Well,
like Venezuela.
When
Russia.
people use the word real communism, right? It's not possible. You are thinking of something that lives in an alternate reality because the human condition exists. And the fact that that exists means that it is completely gone, right? Like, until you remove the human aspect of communism, a machine government could have communism. Human beings are unable to do so.
That's true.
Because there's always that somebody who wants to go higher than the next guy. There's always somebody with drive. And when there's a person that exists with drive, communism fails.
Yeah, because you got to play your part, and you can't go above what you want to do. Like if they say like you're going to build houses, like that's your job from like birth. I think you're assigned to do that shit, which is crazy. I like capitalism. I think it's the way to go. It's got its flaws, like you said, but it's still better than communism.
Well, anything that involves human is going to be imperfect. Period. There's no way that you can have a perfect society because there's always going to be the leeches and there's always going to be the abusers, the people that, like, you have the people in the middle that sit there and just try to live their lives, do what they're told, move on. And I understand that sounds like a militaristic aspect, but like, you have freedom. Yeah. And then there's the people that will abuse that in order to help themselves.
Yeah, I get that.
So back onto the first subject that started this whole thing. No, I think that everyone's sitting there going like praising this dude. Like, oh yeah, he's like the Punisher or some dumb shit. This dude went and killed somebody that probably had nothing directly to do with his case specifically, right? You have to understand that these CEOs put people in place that put people in place, and you walk down the branch of things to the person who actually denied you, right?
Exactly.
So just going at the top, that doesn't work unless you're like if I was going to try to
We got
end
another
the
guest.
drug cartel, right? You go to the source. This one, the CEO is not the
What's up,
source.
Jack?
What's
Hello,
up, fools?
person.
Nice hat.
It's not a black
Thanks.
lion hat.
Ah,
Sorry, I'm multitasking right now and
yeah,
eating
no, I get it.
while talking.
Miss Rainey, I'm getting frustrated, she said.
Why is she getting frustrated?
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
can come on the chat anytime she wants.
It's weird. I can't see anybody in the chat now.
Really? Just hit comments. Don't you have the comments button?
Oh, yeah. All right. There it is. I went to chat and there was nothing. Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah, now you can see everything.
Yep.
Like I
Miss
said,
Rainey, if you have an opinion, jump on here.
hey, Carolyn. The only thing I think was weird is, I don't know, my buddy, I don't know if you've seen that picture. He had, whatchamacallit, 2 eyebrows when he supposedly unalived that CEO. And then the picture when they showed the guy getting arrested, he had like a unibrow. That's just, you know what I mean? He can't grow that fast. It's like the Tupac mustache theory. You know about that? Like when Tupac was in the casino in Las Vegas, his mustache was shorter, but then when he got unalived, it was like 2 inches longer on the side. So I was like, you know,
Well, I heard he was really alive down in Puerto Rico.
or yeah, Cuba, I heard. Yeah.
Cuba, yeah, one of them.
So my question to you is, do you think that Tupac would be the legend that he is if he hadn't have died?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Like he made good music, but now he is like the staple that is rap, right?
Yeah. Same with Biggie. I definitely think, well, he was like a real popular rapper when he was alive, but Biggie really wasn't. I mean, he was like in the underground scene, but like not how he was when he died.
They basically
So
became martyrs when they were unalived.
exactly, that's what I was getting at.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Now,
But it
Tupac,
happens.
I can see the reason why Tupac was, if he was, because we're all just doing conjecture here.
Mhm.
Supposedly, Tupac's like hero was someone who faked his own death for like 7 years and then got caught. But
Machiavelli.
if you were going to, if he died, right? The reason why he died would be a lot higher than what we think. We just think that it's some gangster beef BS. How would the government not be involved in somebody who's trying to promote the gathering of people and that, hey, like look into Martin Luther King, right? And then if you listen to like Changes, for example, by Tupac, he's talking about stepping away from all that and uniting as a people. If you make people united, you make them strong. The way that we're controlled by the government is to be sheeple. If we're separated, we're weak. We're all twigs. And if we match all those twigs together, we're strong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how they have powers, to keep us divided.
Now, am I going way down the conspiracy rabbit hole? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But the shit gets deep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Just like any lie, any good conspiracy is based on truth.
Very
100%.
true.
Nope, it routes to DuckDuckGo app store, then the app. Too many steps. I don't understand. DuckDuckGo, what's she talking about?
She doesn't use Google. She uses DuckDuckGo.
Ah, I got you. They also want us depending on the government. Yeah, that's true. Tupac definitely done celebrity boxing. Would have done celebrity boxing. That's funny. They had a commercial where he was on the island with all these dead celebrities. I don't know if you guys ever seen that commercial. That shit was hilarious. They all,
No.
yeah, they're all on the island. They had Kurt Cobain, Bruce Lee, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, all on the island together. And some boat went by, and the guy thought he saw Elvis, and then like they hit some button, and like all these sheets went down, so you couldn't see him. It was like a beer commercial from Germany. It's funny as shit.
Nice. Nice. I'll have to look that up later. I'm
Why
good at
don't
finding
they
stuff
just
like
send you the
that.
app?
So I got a question. I haven't been keeping track of this guy who with the pew pew unalive that other guy.
CEO guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I swear I thought I heard when you started the podcast you were talking about there was a 3D printed pew pew.
That's what they were saying. Yeah, they said it was 3D printed, and so was what should we call it? The silencer. I think the silencer was 3D printed.
That's pretty interesting to me. I'm definitely going to look into that because I'll put it this way: in a past lifetime, I worked with a defense company, and I used to look stuff up like that. So when I heard you talk about 3D printed, like we used to sell a training aid that we sold to the TSA. They had one in every airport in the country. So it's really, and I'll tell you what too, like people complain about, oh, 3D printed and it's not going to last that long. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. There
Yeah.
was a Japanese official that was unalived with essentially two
Abe.
pieces of pipe. Yeah.
Yeah, Abe. Yeah, I heard
Yeah, so
about that.
so I had to make a training aid that looked like that, you know what I mean? And I had it up on social media in like 3 days. So it's really interesting, and I'm gonna look into all of this, and I'll hit you up on Discord about it. I may
All
hit
right.
up
Yeah,
Miss Rainey about it too, in case you're interested, Miss Rainey.
it's just
My
weird
thing,
the thing about being 3D printed. But somebody also said at first it was a veterinary gun.
I don't know. I really want to look into it now,
Yeah,
but I wanted to come here and be on this instead. So, you know,
you're good. What were you saying, Foles?
oh, my thing is that like, there's the talk of they're going to get rid of all the guns, right? They're going to try to do a gun grab.
yeah.
What they're going to do instead of trying to go for the guns, is they're just going to stop the production of ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that we know how to make all this, so it'll continue to go. I mean, we can make our own bullets and stuff. It'll be harder. It won't be so easy to grab, and you'll be supporting a black market. But let's say that all the guns disappear tomorrow. I'm a mechanic. I can go into like a Fastenal, get some washers, some pipe. Give me a minute. I got this. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
Miss
I feel you.
Miss Rainey, I didn't see you. She says she's backstage. I didn't see you. Sorry about that.
Ooh, you're gonna be in trouble.
Fool's eating like somebody started to steal it. That's what the country boy said.
I'm starting to what?
Well, hell,
The hell did she say?
let me try again. No, it said she said she was backstage, but she didn't. Oh yeah, you got to go all the way to the bottom. So if it says you're backstage, you got to go in to come in here. And there's Jack. Where'd he go? That's weird.
I'm there. I was just doing the Chester slide.
All right. Fool's left.
Yeah, fools left.
I got you. Now the whole thing though with that dude was crazy though. Like I said, this, like he said he had monopoly money, and you know, like well, this dude was like comes from a really rich family. It's just really weird, you know.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I just can't touch my damn phone.
I do the same shit. I hit the wrong button all the time. It's not meant to be. I'm supposed to listen. Just listen, I guess. That's what Miss Rainey said.
I don't know. I had trouble trying to come in too.
Really?
Yeah. But I figured
That's
it's just
weird.
me. It's just my phone. Way too many pictures and videos.
I'll hit the thing again. Copy. Maybe I have to recopy it. All right.
I'm over here multitasking.
It's all good. That's what I'm doing.
Fools, you just getting up for the day? Or you going to bed? What are you doing?
It is my last night shift.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you're coming back soon?
Hell yeah.
Good.
That's cool.
Just making sure y'all can't see my waist. Sorry, I'm putting on pants.
You're fine, man.
That's funny. It's like the lawyers, like when you go in there, like get to meet up with a lawyer. A lot of times they say they're sitting there with no pants on, but you don't know because the desk like hides them.
Just
It's a
don't look
LinkedIn
at
joke.
Yeah, same with a judge.
All the shots you see on LinkedIn are the guys with the suits on. They're not wearing any pants.
Well, the other thing, right, with the judge, he's wearing a robe for a reason. I'm just saying. Straight Scottish right there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Because it's got its garb and shit. Yeah, that makes sense.
Just completely just blowing in the breeze down there, bud.
Like a kilt.
Yeah, full length kilt.
Yeah, I smell that feet from here.
Oh Jesus! I just got out of the shower. Calm down.
That's funny. Yeah, judges are just free balling. That's funny. But you know, I was gonna say something. But if it was like a 3D printed, I see that they do have a lot of new type of 3D printers that could print metal alloys and stuff
Oh, yeah.
for powders.
Yeah.
So, could it be possible to print something like that?
It could, but I'm telling you right now, with the plastic extrusion, the 3D printers that you have now, I mean, for like under $2,000, you could buy a printer that you could make something that it's going to get the job done. Like you're never going to reuse it, so it doesn't matter. It's just going to function that one time and function effectively, and you only have to put a couple different parts in it. Like it's crazy, you know what I mean? Like if you're going in with a task, you know what I mean? Put it that way.
Yeah, I've seen the Liberator like that. I've seen like that guy that invented that one, and
Yeah.
that one was like all plastic with like you just put a nail in the back, and then like I seen them people like playing with them, and they blow up in your hand sometimes. So it's not like reliable like that. So I know what you mean by that.
So there's a website that you can go to, right, that sells like I always called them big boy toys, but if anybody wanted to go look at something like that, literally just type in a 3D printed pew pew and put the word inert in front of it. And you'll see there's a company that pops up that also has that word inert in it. And if you go there, you'll see like there's a ATF, like it had to get sent out to the ATF and be shown that like, you know, it could never be turned into a real pew pew. It was just like basically all of the parts that would normally be in it are there, but they're printed in place. So like you can't take them apart. They're all fused together. It's one solid piece. But when you run it through X-ray, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was saying, because I've seen like I was saying with the like the only way I thought you could do something like that out of metal was I've seen these new ones like I was saying with the alloy dust that it makes it that way, and you know I don't know how you could have it like with the barrel made and all that, like if that's possible, you know.
You don't even need the metal. You really don't. They have like carbon fiber, infused fiberglass, like all kinds of different polymers, like things that I don't even know about. But they're extremely strong. I mean, if you wanted to 3D print something that could be used over and over and over again, I'm going to say that you'd still be better off having a machine shop make the parts if you wanted to make like a ghost pew pew, and that's just my 2 cents. You know what I mean? Like, if you have to look at like the person that would actually be making something like that and why they'd be making it. You know what I mean?
Did you see what it looked like? Did you actually see it, like the picture of it?
No, I haven't. I haven't even looked at it. I literally the first time I heard it was you talking about it in this. As soon as I get off here, I am gonna dig into it because it's been a long time since I've done that.
So before they caught the guy,
new
there was
3D printers.
What's that, fools?
Have you heard of the new 3D printers?
What's that?
They're not 3D printing. What they're doing is you add cutting tips to it. You put in a block of metal, and it will cut out perfectly. So you're not making it out of a dust. You're making it out of a solid piece of
Solid,
metal.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I don't remember what they're called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've seen it like for like designer car parts and stuff. They could just make stuff out of metal, like
Yep.
the demo.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If you could do that, then you could definitely make something all in one. That's possible. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
If you really wanted to, let's say that like I really wanted to make a gun. You could go down to Walmart, buy a toy gun, cast that toy gun, and then cut it in the way that you need. It would be a lot of work, but you could do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Randy, you're awfully quiet.
Unfortunately, you're right.
I did it.
What's up,
That's
Miss Rainey?
cool.
I had to uninstall the app and reinstall it because it was keeping track of the last lives that I was on. So it's
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm a guest in the past that it kind of stores those so it wouldn't allow a new link. You know what I mean? Like maybe only so many links at a time. I don't know.
I got you. It says Jack has low storage space. It says, I see it all.
That's probably what I have to do too.
That would make sense. How's everybody doing? Ma'am, stop. And of course the dog's gonna do the thing.
I'm
We
excellent.
doing good.
I wanted to put my 2 cents in because I was getting very frustrated. If I can.
Yeah. The floor
Absolutely.
is yours.
Look at Fools is like, uh-huh.
Here
So
we go.
here we go.
Hmm.
So a lot of what I've been reading, right, is this big corporation being monopoly that holds a monopoly over us, which I believe is the reason why the monopoly money was there. Corporate greed and playing a monopoly over us as people. And Fools, you made a comment earlier, if you don't like the insurance company, get a new one. Okay. So the job I work for, I have insurance. So what you're telling me is if I'm offered insurance through my job and I pay my premiums, right? Every 2 weeks comes out of my check, that if I don't like the coverage that I have, I should just go out and get new coverage, right? So let's just say, because I've been reading many examples of children that are going through. I'm gonna bring up children just to hit you right in the feel goods. If
Like any
you're
liberal, go to the extremes to make your point.
okay, or you can sit back and listen, just like I had to listen to your shit. Just saying.
I'm listening.
Okay, thank you. So you're being covered by your insurance, and then all of a sudden, because they just decide, they drop your insurance. No rhyme or reason. None. They just drop it. Or you're denied treatment for your surgery. Your child is denied treatment for their surgery or their illness for no reason. They make you jump through different hoops, whether it's send in a hard copy, fax something over, or do whatever, and then deny you at the end. You had made your video, which I made a comment about, and you said, if you don't like it, fight it, right? So let's say it's a life or death situation, and you decide to go to court to fight the insurance company. Hello, hi, sorry. How much time do you think you have in court to fight an insurance company, let alone the money to do it? So you're telling me I should go to court, fight my claim against this big corporation while I or a family member or my child is dying? What's going to happen then?
This is
Do
all on the
I,
assumption that your insurance just dropped you.
or is denying claims? Me specifically, I've never been denied an insurance claim, although I've never been extremely sick, right? So I can't jump on board with all those people that have those issues because one, I don't have United Healthcare. That's not my insurance company. That's the first one. But when you have many people who are saying this is what's happening to me with my insurance company, and they're paying their premiums and they're paying their fees and they're going through the process. Is it everyone that's being dropped? Of course not. But we have a big part of people who have health issues that are just randomly being dropped. There was a lady that she had done a video, and she had said she had worked for an insurance company. Well, in the office of a doctor's office, and had to call the insurance company. And it was a bladder surgery for a patient. And she had to call the insurance company. They asked her a series of questions. And one of the very last questions is this person going to live more than 5 years after this surgery is completed? And she said she had to speak for the patient and decide if that person was going to live or not, make that claim. And if she had said no, the insurance company would deny the claim.
So my question is that one, was she filled out with the proper HIPAA laws in order to speak for the patient?
Well, of course,
Two.
insurance to insurance, billing departments call insurance companies all the time.
I understand, but you have to have the paperwork signed over for HIPAA to speak for
Okay.
a patient. But second, let's focus on the end result of what happened here. Okay, so you have the CEO. Okay,
Correct.
do you think that he went down to this individual, the person that was denied claim, his back, and he was like, that guy? No, fuck that guy. No. Do you think he did that?
No.
Here's what I think. I think he sits behind a desk and makes a lot of decisions.
Yeah, for the overall wellness of the company, okay, not the individual patient. So my
Correct.
question
And if
now
it's
is this.
saving the company money, then therefore that puts more money in his pockets than everyone else's.
Do you think that that one individual, that one surgery went across his desk is my question.
I'm saying there's multiple people out there with similar claims.
I understand. What I'm telling you is think of this as a 50-floor building. The CEO is on the 50th floor.
Mm-hmm.
The receptionist is the first floor.
Correct.
Instead of looking at this like a sniper and going out and taking out the very tippy top, which he's just going to be replaced, he's already been replaced. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I
If
believe
they have-
that too.
Yeah, if they haven't replaced him out like openly,
Mm-hmm.
he's already been replaced internal of the company. So my
Right.
question is, if you wanted to fight back and you found out the person that denied your claim,
Mm-hmm.
do you go after the CEO or do you have to go after that guy? I'm not.
pretty sure the person that denies my claim is not going to be that $13 CSR agent on the other side of the line. She's doing her job because this is what is being told to her by her higher
Yeah, so you're
ups.
on like the 20th floor of a 50-floor building, right?
I don't agree with you.
Okay, fine.
I don't. Am I saying a life should have been taken? I don't know if I'd go to that extreme, but
Yeah, I think that's
it was
too
it was
much.
a wake up call to, hey, things need to change.
My question is this. Would you take the sniper approach or the Unabomber approach?
Can I do both?
Both are bad.
Can I play both, please?
They
What
actually
I'm
said he
saying
was
is-
studying the Unabomber. I don't know if you heard that. They said he was like studying the Unabomber, the sniper.
I'm not in any way condoning violence. Please don't take this as a call to action. For the love of God, do not do it because I will deny it all. But my thing
We're
of it
on
is,
live.
if you look at the history of it, okay, you look at the CEO being taken out, which he's just like a figurehead. He's collecting money. That's like stealing the pot of change from the Christmas guy outside of, like, the Santa outside of Walmart, right?
At the end of the
Or-
day, though, those things come across his desk to sign. That's just like anyone who's CEO of any company.
He
His
put
decisions
people in place
directly
that
affect-
can sign for that. There is no way in hell that he could sign off on each and every single one that comes across his desk. He wouldn't have time. What I'm telling you is
No.
that this individual did not go to this person and was like, fuck that guy. He put
You're
people
right.
in place who put people in place who put people in place. You can get mad at his decision, but you can't get mad at him when this is the person. A person got punished for doing a job
Hmm.
that, in the string of things, eventually led to this, but it's not him direct.
It's his
So
policy.
here's okay. So I have the cartel. Perfect example. If I go and shoot cartel members, let's just say, and unalive them, that doesn't solve the issue. You cut the
No.
head, right?
I have so many things to say.
Say it, Jeff. Let's go.
Yeah, go for it. Let's do it.
Let's go.
So,
Get after it.
yeah, I'm just trying to think of a creative way to word some of this because some of it is like delicate information. But basically, the the reason all right, I'll say it like this: the reason a guy would strap on a unalive vest and walk into a place and detonate himself, I feel is the same reason why this shooter went after the CEO. It had nothing to do with anything other than bringing attention to it. And that was his extremist way of doing it.
Well, that could be a loser trying to get 72 virgins. Just saying. Certain customs.
It's down a similar road,
Yeah.
But that's just my 2 cents on it. I haven't really read anything about it. I'm only going off of what I've heard, so. But on the surface, that's what it seems like. Everybody's talking about it now.
It's all a conspiracy. It's all like, oh my God, blah. Look, he brought attention to a broken system. In no way am I saying that capitalism is good, or not good, but in no way am I saying perfect, but it's the closest thing we damn have, right? Why do we have insurance in the first place? Why is it a recommendation, not a recommendation, or a requirement to have insurance? Because people get sick, and everyone wants to sit there and be like, I'm perfectly fine till I'm not. It keeps the worker still working, right? Oh, how many people would not have insurance if it wasn't a requirement to have it?
A lot.
A shitload of people.
I don't
Okay,
have
so
to have it. I choose to.
the insurance is focused on who? If you're going to die tomorrow, are they going to fix you today? No. They want the person that's going to go back into the workforce. So this whole, all of these claims are being denied. This is the thing, is you're starting your conversation over something that does happen, but you're making it sound like it happens every single day to every single person. The moment you put in a claim, your insurance is dropped, and that's just simply not true.
I never once said every single time. Not once did I say that. And I'm not talking about a simple doctor's visit. I'm talking about chemotherapy. I'm talking about braces for your legs because you cannot walk. I'm talking about people that have extreme health conditions, not someone such as yourself or me, because I know you, so I know you. I can't speak for everyone else, but there are a lot of people out there that aren't getting what they need because the insurance company looks at them as a liability. And is that fair if they're paying what they're paying and they're expecting their insurance to cover them?
I think that if you paid for a service, that you should get it. In no way am I saying
I
that these
agree.
people should be robbed. However, if you have this ongoing condition and they were not made aware of it in order to choose whether or not they're going to keep, imagine, how do I put this? Someone's choosing to pay you, like give you a loan for a house, and you don't have a job. See what I'm saying? You have no way to pay back the loan. You get where I'm going here? If they weren't made aware that you're paying a basic premium that covers this, and this. This is the idea. It's still a money-making company. So if the overall loss is more than the gain, then you lose the person. I know this sounds horrible. Do not get me wrong. But what I'm saying is back to the fundamental beginning of this conversation. A man was killed who was not directly involved with the dropping of this man's claim. If you wanted to be the real hero, you go after the person that is sitting there going, denied, denied, denied. You don't go after the CEO, because all you're doing is making a martyr. You're not going
I'm
after
cutting
the
it at
problem.
head.
Yeah, or
I'm
go
cutting
after
the
the
head.
doctor, or go after the doctor that
But
caused the problem.
here's my question: is yours thinking that a company's head is the CEO of the company? That is the head of the company. That's not the head of the problem. The problem is the person with the big red stamp that's going deny, deny, deny. So you just cut off an arm because you're looking at the corporate structure and not the person that's causing all these people. If you had the person in front of you with the big red stamp that was like, this person's gonna die because I'm going to deny. I'm going to deny this one. I'm going to deny that one. That's not the CEO. That's the person with the rubber stamp. Who should you focus on?
Who do you think tells the rubber stamp person to make those claims?
It's not the
What about
CEO.
It could be the
Who is
board
it then?
too.
Who is
They
it?
have a board. The board. They all vote
That is
on it.
true.
They have a board.
Who do you
And the
think makes
CEO a
the
lot of times
executive
is put
decision?
there to put in place just to take the blame a lot of times. I'm just saying, like they have a lot of these companies have boards, you know what I mean? Like
Who
groups that make these
makes
decisions.
the executive decision at the end of the day?
The person who was put in charge of that, not the CEO. If the Dallas Cowboys lose a football game, do you go kill the mascot?
That's not even close to the same thing. Don't
That's
even use that
exactly the thing.
metaphor. That is not even close to the same thing.
The CEO is a figurehead. That's what
not
his
the
whole
same.
job is.
That's not the same. I don't agree with you. I'm going to agree to disagree. I don't agree with you. I'm sorry.
And some of them are
sorry.
put in there in place just to take the fall a lot of times. Like the company could have been doing
Well,
grimy
sure.
stuff. You know what I mean? So
This
then they
man,
just like had a guy in the company. Exactly. They have a guy in the company. They're like, this guy's a dope. Let's just put him there, and
Yeah.
he literally takes the fall. So
check it out.
I don't know too much about the company, and I don't know how it's run. So like for anybody to come up with, but that guy like really studied where he was going to be. But they announced they were having some kind of thing for insurance companies in New York, so he knew where he was going to be. So it's just it's crazy. Like to follow the guy like that, to take it that far, it's pretty nuts.
Chester McFly wins the internet today.
Okay. I think your mascot reference wins, but that's just me. Not the mascot. JJ, we're going to go with full saying mascot.
All
Love you,
I'm saying
fools.
is
Sorry.
he's a figurehead. He had no direct connection to this person having their claim removed. You just went to the figurehead.
No, I went to the head and I cut the head off.
God damn it. If I was the person that was denied and I was
Yep.
put in this man's shoes,
Uh-huh.
I know that the CEO was not the one that Reb stamped me. It's
Okay.
this person. So I'm going to follow. If I were to do something bad, I'm not in no way am I doing. I'm going to follow the Unabomber approach and take everybody out on that floor, then going to the top of the building.
Well, you need to follow that paper trail to where it goes, and it will eventually lead you to the top. It's not going to stay at the 20th floor, like you mentioned. It's going to continue to go to the top. It trickles down from the top.
You're following the money. I'm following the decision. I will find the
Bingo.
final person that went red stamp. And if it's a board, it's a board. But I'm telling you, this CEO is a figurehead. If he had to be part of every single denial, he wouldn't have time to breathe. So he put people in place of that. Who put people
We
in
are
place
aware
of
of that.
Who put people in place of that? And that's who you got to focus on. You're mad at his decisions on who he picked, who they picked, who they
Don't.
picked. but you can't be mad at him directly because he wasn't the one that denied the claim.
Babe, I
Just
love
go
you. I'm
full
gonna let
Fight Club.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you have this because
funny.
you're gonna continue to try to persuade me to agree with you. And again, I will politely agree to disagree.
It does not make sense.
I think both of you are giving this guy way too much credit. I don't think he was that smart.
Who?
Well, he actually, I think
This
he
guy.
was a smart
The
guy.
shooter.
We
The shooter.
I don't,
He wasn't that
the-
smart. He wasn't that
I don't,
smart. He was just like, I'm gonna go after this guy because he's who he is. And all he did was bring attention to what you said. Broken system. You know? Some people are gonna get shortchanged. It's the sad fact of life. You know?
Capitalism is not perfect. But let's say that everything was free. You could be like people die in the waiting rooms on military posts because free healthcare is so great, and this is what people are asking for. You're fucking stupid. All right, sorry, getting inked up.
This is more than just about free. I'm not even on
That's
that
true,
realm
too.
of things. I'm not even when I'm researching this stuff, I was never looking at anyone requesting for anything free.
I am because his manifesto aims towards that. Or am I the
Even
only
though,
one?
but and the crazy thing is, the guy was loaded though. The guy was loaded. He wants all this
So-
stuff for free, and to help him, his family owned country clubs, and he went to all these colleges, and he went all across the country. The guy was loaded. So, like, if he really wanted to, I'm sure he could afford to get the surgery he wanted. You know, so I don't know what the guy's
He
full
did
deal
get the
is.
surgery from what I understood, but
He got the surgery. The surgery was botched.
Mm.
So,
So he should be more
question.
mad at the doctor at the end of the day. The doctor's the one that messed it up. The doctor's the one that caused all the pain. If he had like a better doctor, maybe he'd be all right. And then the insurance company would have paid for it and he would have been fine. But, you know, I don't know the whole story like that either. So I'm just shading in guesses as I go along, you know?
Did I hear that he
So-
was studying the Unabomber?
Yes, that's what they said
Okay.
he was studying and had a Ted Kaczynski book or
Have
something.
have any of you ever read? I'm gonna guess maybe Fools has. I don't know. I'm gonna assume. Has anyone ever actually read his manifesto?
No.
JJ, you're a suck up.
He wasn't. So I'm gonna
Nice.
first off say the way he went about trying to get his message across obviously was wrong. Like all of these guys, okay? Like it's an extremist way, and any kind of extremism is bad, okay? But if you go back and you read his manifesto, I'm gonna tell you right now, some of that shit is coming true right now. Right now, he basically said that technology was gonna be the end of us. And to a certain extent, like, I can point to a whole bunch of reasons why technology has, affected our home life to the point that it's affected our family lives. Like how many people can say they sit down and have dinner with their family anymore? Like I know I did when I was a kid,
We fight for that now. We all try to sit down and we try to instill that in our kids right now. We got a family that eats together, stays together, we always say.
Yeah,
You do
absolutely.
know that you're like quoting Tesla right now, right? Which he was quoting Tesla.
Which one? Nikola Tesla or the
Yeah.
guy who owns the company? Tesla.
Elon Musk? No.
Yeah, yeah.
No, not Elon.
Because some people have said that to me, like Tesla, and they mean Elon Musk. And I'm like, no.
No,
So
not the car, the guy.
I know. But, I'm not
that's
saying you
helpful.
fools. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that some people say
What?
it, so.
What Tesla said, I think it was Tesla, maybe it was Einstein. He said that the evolution of technology is going to first connect us and then separate us. Now, go to any social setting. I don't care where you're at. And what you're doing is sitting around with a whole bunch of these are my 5 friends that I like to sit around and look at a screen with together. Because the truth, and this is not even the same fucking screen. So You see any group of friends together, 3 of them got their head down and 2 of them are having a conversation, if you're lucky. Did I lose you guys?
No, I'm here. I agree. I was just listening. I
But
was
that's the
clicking
thing
on.
is like, we need to be able to put down our phones and go live a fucking life. But everybody's like, it's not as entertaining as being on the internet, which is sad. Real life is not as entertaining as being on the internet anymore.
It is.
I enjoy real life.
Me too.
I enjoy meth.
Enjoy what?
Just kidding.
I was like, did you say what I think you said?
He said method acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, method acting. There you go. That's perfect.
Careful, someone out there screen recording. Don't forget.
Oh yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
But they were like, he's on meth. I'll be like, whenever you want. I don't even know what it feels like. I've never even done it in my life.
I don't know what it feels like.
Probably
You are
100
not
coffee.
accepting drugs that God put here. If it has to be processed, processed, synthesized, snorted, or injected, I haven't done it.
You mean you've never injected the weed? I'm kidding.
Hey!
I'm kidding.
That's funny. Yeah.
Let's do a big bowl.
When you said process, though, I'm like, yeah, I like dabs, or concentrates. So
I'm talking like
Yeah,
You
but the
can't just-
derivative is
plant and just scrape the white powder off the leaf. You have to process that shit. I've never done it. If I can go up to the plant and go, you know what I mean?
That's a
no.
thing. of
You
the
gotta
past
mix that
anyway.
with gasoline. I watched the show on it.
What the hell's wrong?
yeah, but that's just an extraction.
There's a whole
technique.
show on it. It's on the internet.
I'm
Yeah,
not
how they extract it.
What is
gasoline.
wrong with me? I didn't do it. I'm just telling you.
I didn't do it. I just know how to make it. First, you need a coffee pot.
No. It's one of those cartel shows where they go and they get all the leaves and
They
remember
make a
that show? We
mash out of
watched
it and put it in gasoline and then
But
chop it
you're
out
not using
and
the
then cook
gas.
it down over an open fire.
And the gasoline's evaporated,
Yeah.
Who am I
leaving
on?
the residue
It's actually
behind.
it's ether.
Oh, yeah. You disgust me. You need Jesus. All 3 of you.
You've watched the show with me. Stop it. Oh, look at Wayne. Wayne says acetone works better.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh man.
I love you, Wayne.
It's all the same thing.
It's all on
extraction
National
technique.
Geographic if you ever watch Drugs Inc.
But
I'm not
the
on
thing
there.
is, that's how they make dabs in a way. They take butane a lot of times, and they,
Yep.
BHL. That's how they get all the crystals off the THC off the weed.
So there was
That's
a
why I
big
said
problem.
I like processed stuff because I like dabs.
There was a big problem with people doing that in their house and all the butane filling up the rooms and then it finding an
it's
ignition
stupid.
and just blowing the walls out.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
You should if you're using something that's very flammable, you shouldn't be inside a house first of all because it's bad to breathe that shit.
Go
in.
outside. Go outside and do
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Isn't
Can't
that
blow
the
up the
shake
outside.
and bake stuff? Shake.
Oh yeah. Oh, so oh man. I'm gonna hit you up on Discord, Miss Rainey, and you too, McFly. No, listen, I'm gonna send you links to the place
After
I
what we're
used to
talking
work
about.
at. I'm retired from there. I don't work for the company. I'm not promoting it at all. But I'm telling you right now, there's thousands of different training aids for police, military, law enforcement. Our stuff was in a lot of movies, and I'm only saying it because literally that's what we're talking about tonight. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah,
plugging
the 3D.
myself either.
People that do this kind of stuff are the same people that try to deep fry turkey in the middle of their living room. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You're absolutely
Oh.
right. They burned their fucking house down
So
And they leave their Christmas lights on at night.
oh yeah.
all
So
year long.
does anybody remember 15 years ago there was a bunch of those double-decker buses? It might have even been 20 years ago. Double-decker buses over in England that were blowing up?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Well, they traced it back to these idiots that were. What's that?
I said, sorry, JJ, that wasn't our job.
A lot of that stuff they traced back to these two idiots that were making HME in their flat and wound up blowing themselves up, and that's how they wound up getting caught. I mean, they kept going and going and going and going, and they were just doing something, number one, you shouldn't be doing, and there's reasons for that. It's super sensitive. There's no, practical use to make this stuff,
So, not to switch subjects on you, but to switch subject. Because you said 20 years ago, I was thinking about making this video and I just haven't done it, so I'm going to drop it to you guys.
Okay.
What
I
is
love
your
videos, by the way, man. I love your shorts. They are fantastic.
Thank you. What is so I was thinking about this. Every older person has a test, right? You have somebody who comes up there and like, oh, I was raised classic. I'm like, what was the great question, the great mystery of your childhood that only old people would remember? And do you know I came up with?
What?
I'm the only person I know that still remembers the mystery of who was the Green Power Ranger.
Oh, I remember that.
Wow.
Who was the White Ranger?
No, he became the White Ranger later.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's funny.
I love the Power Rangers.
I missed the gloves that had the pressure button, so when you pressed it, it was like, cha, cha, cha. Halloween costume.
Nice. Gonna do a slide real quick.
Now I get to go in the smoke room where I belong.
I'm gonna go out for a cigarette myself. Everybody's smoking cigarettes, making me want to smoke.
I want to smoke so bad. Fool, you're the devil.
I gotta throw more wood on the fire, actually. It is cold and rainy up here. It just started to snow.
It's starting to snow near you. I hope it doesn't come down here. I heard him saying something about that. It probably is.
I think it's supposed to be warm enough. It's not supposed to snow down in Philly.
So I just want to say, Always in Trouble pointed out something pretty, something that I kind of thought about. His comment says, look past the fake shooter and see what else sticks out. Maybe Diddy. And fools, I know you hate this topic, but something with that Jay-Z civil suit that just came out, it just so happened it is at the same time is all of this other stuff going on.
There's a lot of weird stuff happening.
And I really need to get into conspiracy theories because with how many things are going on all at the same time, I'm not saying everything's connected, but to think that maybe some of them aren't, and I'm not saying Diddy is connected with this CEO stuff, but a way to get our mind off of one thing for something else.
Well, the Clintons were fucking known for that. But what I'll tell you is that there is no such thing as coincidence. And if you remove the idea of coincidence, like the window gets a little more clear. If that makes sense.
No, my girlfriend said the same thing.
Well,
So-
and Rick also said the news isn't talking anymore about the pardon with Hunter either.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard it one day and then I didn't hear it at all.
Oh,
Shocking.
this is another thing that I wanted to cover. Is I went and made that video and I listed off everybody who was supporting the Democratic Party in this last election. And I did more research because I just can't stop myself. And what I found was disturbing. And what it is if you do not sit there and tip the hat, shake the hand, say, yep, this is what I do, your career in Hollywood is over. Like, imagine if I didn't kiss the ring being a mechanic so I could never be a mechanic again. right? It's not like I could just switch jobs. There's only one Hollywood. And once your name's in the mud, it is. So if they didn't come out and support her, they wouldn't have a job anymore, which is insane to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, but that's the way it is.
That's not all Hollywood though. There's some that are like Republican, like
So
what's it,
the
like
actress,
Matthew McConaughey.
well, he's to a point. But
All
you
right,
remember,
all right, all right.
All
you
right, all right, all right.
the it girl from The Girl Next Door.
Trying to think.
That blonde girl from The Girl Next Door, the movie The Girl Next Door.
Oh yeah. I remember that movie where he does a dirty movie with her. Is that the movie I'm thinking of?
It's not a dirty movie, it's just a movie. But
Oh, but he
what
does a dirty movie.
in the movie, yes. But what's the next video that you've seen her in? What's the next movie you've seen her in?
I don't remember.
You haven't. You want to know why? Because she came out and said she was a Republican. She was blackballed immediately.
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it too.
Because why wouldn't she?
You have to understand that the Democratic Party is not only they weaponized politics, the media, like all these companies. And if you want to go down the conspiracy rabbit hole, you can't even say this is a conspiracy because it was proven. And it's insane to me that people are like, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. No, I'm really not, because if you look at the evidence and the facts, they all go, yep, this is exactly what's happening.
You know what, though? That's a good idea for you, Miss Rainey. Not only do conspiracy theories, but do conspiracy theories that have been proven.
But then they're not conspiracy theories anymore.
Not anymore.
True.
Yeah, there's just so many, especially with all the stuff that's been coming out, recently. There was conspiracy theories for however long that there was no such thing as aliens. Now we know that there is, and now everyone's seeing aliens.
We don't know about if there's aliens.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but are they really aliens, or is it something
Well, I got-
else that the government is saying are aliens, but it's not? There's just my brain can't comprehend all the things. I think it goes so much deeper than any of us can even fathom that it's.
If you want to get into that, then get into, and I know this is crazy, but get into the Nazi Party and look into the Bell Project.
Well-
yes.
They
Yes.
actually said they took it and they
Yes.
did it in Pennsylvania. They had the Pennsylvania Roswell. I don't know if you ever heard of that. And they say they used that thing here in Pennsylvania. They had like a Pennsylvania Roswell.
You know,
Yeah,
it was
but is
just
that-
west of Philly.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was like in mid-state Pennsylvania. I heard.
Yeah, not too far from you though. But
Really?
yeah, yes, yeah, little tiny town, not far from Philadelphia. I want to say like maybe an hour and a half.
That's
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know, JJ.
I'm looking at
Hopefully
it
Trump
right
will
now
release the
because
files.
when you said the Nazi thing, it just made me curious if it was connected to the MK Ultra stuff. So that's another one that I keep saying I want to cover. But it's with all the documents and records being destroyed, there isn't hardly anything out there that is
If you
left to
really want to
even
get into
research.
something that'll piss you off, like there's a whole bunch of research that was done during World War II via the Nazi Party that they advanced, and in no way am I justifying them. They're horrible people that all deserve to die. But they advanced medical science by decades and decades for the horrible things that they were doing because they didn't believe in human rights.
By brute force, yeah.
Like, I could tell you something that will live in your brain for the rest of your life, and it will infuriate you for the rest of your life. if you want to hear it. I'm not going to do that to somebody who doesn't want to hear it.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, so if you
Are
don't
you-
want to
are you
hear it and you're
asking
out there,
us?
tune out.
Are you asking us? Okay, bye. I'll be back. Kidding.
There is a doctor in the Nazi Party that was curious as to when the human body will give up. So he took a small child, like 10, 12. He took a sledgehammer and broke his leg. Then, when the child was almost healed, he would bring him in and do it again. And he just kept doing it to see when the human body would finally give up. And he used a child because he figured that they would last the longest.
One of many atrocities that happened.
That's the guy that did that with twins, right? That he did that to twins a lot of times. I heard.
I have no idea. What I will tell you is if this person was in this room with me right now, one of us is walking out of here.
It ain't him. It ain't him.
So I would nail clippers. What I would use to remove the parts of him. I mean, that
Yeah.
once I read that,
Don't.
it has been forever burned in my brain. Oh, Miss Rainey, I got one for you.
There was a guy. I think his name is Dr. Mengele. Look, I think I know who you're talking about. And the
Well,
guy,
grab my
Dr.
handy
Mengele,
dandy
would do that
notebook.
to he would do that to twins, and he would do that to one twin and leave the other twin alone, and to see if it would affect them in other ways. He would do experiments and that way too.
The twin link.
Yeah.
So I got one for you guys that I learned yesterday, and I'm kind of excited about it. Another video that I was going to make. This one's a little bit more serious, but Miss Rainey will love this one. So I work with a guy who was a cop for over 20 years in a major city, and I'm not going to dox him more than that.
Wayne, I love you.
But if I was talking to him yesterday, and he was talking about, have you ever talked to prosecutors? And I said, no. And he goes, in certain cases, things that are so horrendously bad, right? Like extremely gruesome details, the prosecutor will actually leave out of the courtroom because the 12 people that are judging the case, they're so fragile. There are people out there that are so fragile that if you tell them the actual truth of what happened, that is so horrible that their brain simply cannot comprehend the atrocities that humans can do. What's up, man? So they will try to justify it in their head or make it act like it hadn't happened. Right? They will actually forget the entire thing because of what the horrible thing has happened. So they actually leave stuff out of the courtroom because they don't want to frighten the jury that much.
So it's disassociation is what it is.
Yeah.
What will happen to the person.
And I was like, that is fucked.
Yeah, it happens.
That's like
all
what
the
they
time.
say they do. Yeah, that's like what they say they do to the celebrities by torturing them over and over again. So then they had these meltdowns, and it's like they're programmed just to do stuff. That's what they're saying about Britney Spears. I'm sure.
I think Kanye is a perfect example of that. Just saying.
Poor Britney.
He was forcibly addicted to gas.
Who?
Yeah. Kanye. They said that.
Yeah.
Is
There's nothing
Dennis
for you here.
Wow.
got him hooked on nitrous oxide.
Yep. That's why he got the Full Metal Grill.
Who are you talking about?
Kanye West.
That's why he got the metal grill. I heard that. Yeah, that he got him addicted, and he would charge him all kinds of crazy money. And he had a nitrous oxide tank in his house he would deliver to him, and a mask he could use on his own. And they were charging him like 10 times more than it actually cost. So he was making a kill, and he was paying, and he was paying for the guy's apartment and shit. He was like across the hall from him. So if he needed help, he could just come there and get him.
Wendy Williams is another one.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, did you
Man.
guys watch Dave Chappelle talking about, like, he was in an interview, I can't remember which one, but he's talking about the stresses of Hollywood. And when someone goes against the grain, all of a sudden they go crazy. And they were like, the guy's like, what do you mean? He goes, he started listing off examples. And I can't remember who he was talking about. He goes, this guy was coming up. He was great, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, the next time you see him, he's lost his mind in the street. And he's like, I didn't want that to happen to me. Like, I don't agree with everything that Dave Chappelle says, but I think that he's ascended past being a stand-up comedian, and he's more of a philosopher nowadays.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's definitely how he comes off.
Hey, Tori.
Anyway, everybody, Mr. Chester, I see that you have enough guests now, so I'm not needed, and I need to get ready to go to work. So I appreciate you guys for letting me hang out.
Later, fools.
Oh, thanks for coming, fools.
Bye.
Bye, baby cakes.
Bye.
See
See
ya.
you later.
Oh, that's cool.
Oof. Sorry.
That's
So
fine.
yeah, interesting. I can't wait to I mean, no offense. I love being here, but I can't wait to get off now and do some digging of my own and see what all I come up with. Open up some old doors, see what I could find.
Yeah, because I don't like with the whole pew pew thing. Like I was saying, they said it was 3D printed. Then I also heard it was a veterinarian gun. So I don't know.
I think it was interesting the comment about the unibrow because when I saw the picture that they had from the security cam and then the arrest picture, I literally looked at it and I chuckled. I was like, it's not even the same person.
That's what I said.
It's
I
not
was
even the
saying the
same
same
person.
shit.
And
Some people
not
tell me it is.
yeah, but like not even in a. It's literally right where my brain went. I wasn't even looking at it as it's some kind of cover up or conspiracy theory or anything. I literally looked at like his mouth and I'm like, it's not the same person.
Yeah, I thought he looked different too.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I think now keep in mind, I wouldn't if you're gonna research because I had
you,
seen a
JJ.
video where someone had posted about how his mom had some extreme health condition and she was always in pain and blah 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 blah, and so he did it for his mom, right? That was part of his manifesto. So I started researching that. Hi Tori. And I never found anything else on that. So I knew that was just some fabricated story that someone was doing to get likes and views on the internet. But I would definitely look into lots and lots of articles. When you talk about the eyebrows, that's the same thing, the exact same thing that they talked about for the 4 college students that were killed here in Idaho. The same thing that they said is one of the witnesses said that he had bushy eyebrows. And when the dude was arrested, they
From Pennsylvania, another guy in Pennsylvania.
They were
we know how
like,
to raise them here.
but are his
Oh,
eyebrows
that's crazy.
actually bushy, right? So it's interesting that is coming up again. Like, what a weird thing to talk about is eyebrows.
Well, it's because we're all in the Matrix anyway.
It's all a simulation. We're
It's
not
all
even
simulation, exactly.
real. We're not even real.
None of this is. What's up, Krills?
At this point, I don't even know anymore. I have no idea. I don't know. Have you ever heard that theory? It's like when you're driving down the road that those people aren't really there and you're, ma'am, no, I'm not giving you that. No, it's very loud. I'm sorry. Where it's like you're driving down the road and the cars and the people that are next to you or the people in the store are not actually real unless you actually have a conversation with them. And even then, your brain is just making it up.
Yeah, they're NPCs.
That's wild.
They're
That's
NPCs.
wild.
They're not real.
Wild.
I've heard a little bit about that.
were very real conspiracy theories. Hunter, I believe we're real. I do, but it's like the things that it makes you think. It makes you kind of go, hold on. I'm not jumping on the flat earth train, but I'm just saying there's a lot of theories out there that really make you question reality for sure.
I don't think the Earth's flat, and I've had this argument with. I had a friend that was a flat earther, and I would go back and forth with him. I told him
Yeah.
because if you go to Atlantic City in your hotel room and you get the top floor and you look out, how can you see ships literally disappear over the horizon?
Because they're going off the edge, McFly. That's why. Come on.
You know what I mean? Because the
Yeah.
Earth's round. I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you had an iPhone and you put it on a helium balloon, it can go all the way up, and you can see the Earth being round. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely round. I mean, flat earthers. I feel like it's just people want to argue about something. I don't know. I don't see any other rational explanation for somebody believing that other than the fact that they just want to argue with somebody.
Some people are just really religious and they think like that too because like that's what it says in like the Bible. That's what they believe in, and even
Yeah.
like Muslims, they think that too because they think like the world is like a carpet. They think, you know.
What do you think of the ice wall?
I think there is an ice wall. I just think it's just the shoreline. I saw some guy showing it, and he said it's just a shoreline. He said it's just glaciers. You know what I mean? And they're just coming off. So like to you, like going up to Antarctica, it would look like an ice wall. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's the front of a glacier.
Sure, but have we seen anything on top of or further past it? I've never seen videos. I'm just curious if any of you have come across it.
I've seen like Red Bull go up with a guy in a kayak, and he goes down through this crevice or crevasse, if you're English, and yeah, he goes flying down through this thing, and I'm looking at him like, why would somebody do that? Well, because they have it mapped out, but yeah, he goes through this whole thing and winds up jumping into the ocean in this kayak, and it's just ridiculous.
Well, I had seen you couldn't go past it. Like physically, there was something there, not man, get down. That you are not allowed to go past it. Please. She's got her fucking chicken here and she wants it. Sorry. No, you cannot have it. It's really loud and squeaky. We're not doing it. I know you're mad.
Oh, the
I'm
snow
sorry.
is really coming down at my house. And, like, as I'm sitting here talking with you guys, the alert keeps coming up on my phone that like I got cameras outside and they keep getting tripped off by the snow. And I keep seeing a
That's
little
crazy.
picture and there's like more and more snow.
Yeah, it's just cold rain here right now. So like that's crazy. You're not too far from me, so
Yeah.
Please
Well, the
stop.
temperature
You
dropped
do
like a
not get
rock.
to jump on me. Excuse me. Hold on.
you're fine.
Yeah, the temperature dropped here like a rock. So, and it's only supposed to. I think it's going down to 17 tonight, or that might be tomorrow night. I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting cold here. I can feel I'm in the basement, so
Yeah, I'm in my basement too. But yeah,
I'm snow south.
I'm definitely gonna do some digging. Send some snow south, please. What's up, Catherine?
I mean, the one thing that I will say that's weird about Antarctica is that whole after World War II, how the U.S. military went down there and they had this whole like Operation High Jump or whatever, like in Antarctica, like supposedly to find Nazis. Like that's just weird. You know
Yeah,
what
they
I
thought
mean?
they were hiding out down there, and then they sent I think a couple missions people down there to look for them because they thought they were hiding out there.
He said there was a lot of people that were unalived, like, and all this crazy stuff. And that's where that guy, Admiral Byrd, came from. That's why part of Antarctica is named after him.
There's a whole
Byrd.
mobile station down there. I can't remember the name of it. It's this whole big machine that they abandoned because they thought it was going to go across the snow, and they shipped it down there, and they went so far in, and they just realized that it was not going to work, and it wound up getting snowed in. Can't remember what the
I think I
name
know.
was.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's supposed to be like some kind of vehicle that could go on the snow and like go anywhere.
Oh yeah, and like the physics of it, they basically said if they had made it like a dual front wheel and dual rear wheel, it would have went on the snow, but it weighed too much. It was like don't quote me on whatever weight, but it was a lot of weight, and it just basically sank into the snow, and it was underpowered. They said it was way underpowered, but yeah.
No, I've seen that. I've seen videos too online that shows like all these like weird tracks in Antarctica. Have you ever seen any of those videos where people go on Google Earth and start looking at that shit?
I've looked at a lot of different weird stuff down in Antarctica, but I don't remember hearing anything about weird tracks. No,
I've
not like
seen how
that.
they think there's a pyramid over there.
Oh yeah, there's one under the ice.
Well, and just like Wayne was saying, I think at that, you know, thousands of years ago, it wasn't ice there.
No, it was probably part of Pangea. It was probably a lot more, warmer.
I actually
A lot
I
closer
actually
to the
heard about
equator.
that. They have a Confederate place down there in Brazil, and then there's like Nazis and stuff that supposedly are there. They said they found them down there, some of them. There's still German villages and stuff down there. I know that, which is weird.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like we were talking about before about all the I'll call them Yahtzees, about all the Yahtzee technology, and like they were going after whatever they possibly could. It didn't matter if it was a religious artifact. That's where Indiana Jones and what was it, the Temple of Doom? No, not the Temple of Doom. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like yeah, that was kind of loosely based on truth. Like he really had them out there looking for that because he was looking for any advantage in the war. Um, like
That's
I've
funny,
talked
man.
about before on the live about making a gasoline generator run off of wood smoke. That's an idea that dates back to then. I mean, he had a 3-ton limousine that ran off of wood. You just fed it wood and it would run off of the wood smoke. And he had that as an alternative fuel source, you know?
That's crazy.
So,
Well, I
like,
don't know. I was gonna say my grandfather fought for the Italians during World War II, and he told me that he seen that like the Americans they bombed all the gasoline processing places, and he said that he saw something that the Yahtzees would mix in like some kind of silver powder with just regular water, and it would turn to gasoline. They could just put it inside their tanks, and it would run.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
I have
he
no
said
idea what that
because
could
think
be.
about it. I don't know what that is, but he told me that when I was a kid, and it always stuck in my mind. Like, what kind could they make a gasoline concentrate that you could mix with water to put inside a tank or something? But it was crazy. He said
If
they just mix a powder in the water, shake it up, and they're pouring the tanks, and that's how they were running. Because when you think about it, they blew up all their gas refineries. How are they still moving and doing all that shit?
okay, so here's go out on a limb with me, okay? Because this is all like there's technology from the 50s that we don't use anymore. I consider lost technology, okay? Like they used to have this torch that you could fill up with water. You just fill it up with water and it was a metal box and you plug it into the wall and you wait like a minute until the water starts boiling and then you light the end of the torch and you'd be able to like cut through stuff and it was hydrogen gas. So all it
Yeah,
does is
I've seen something like that.
it you're cracking the water, you're cracking the hydrogen and oxygen molecule apart and you're burning the hydrogen. So like what you're left with is essentially moisture, you know? Um, but like I wonder if maybe it was something like that because you have to put some kind of like aggregate in the water so that
Yeah.
you can actually crack it. So I wonder if they were mixing that silver powder with something like with the water and then uh, putting it in some kind of box and actually cracking the water through electrolysis.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know, the
that's
way
what
he
I could
explained it, they
figure.
were just putting water in like some like kind of gas tank and putting this powder stuff in there and just shaking and just putting it in there and the shit would run.
Huh. Because you
I
could
don't know
do
what he was
that.
talking about.
You could do that and run a car off of it. There was a very famous guy, again, can't remember his name. He made a car that he claimed it would go like whatever, don't quote me, 800 miles on a couple gallons of water and
Yeah, I
only
heard
water,
about
no
yeah.
gas. And yeah, he wound up unalived somehow. and his car
Yeah,
went
yeah.
missing, but his car, all it had was one of these like little hydrogen crackers, and it's actually interesting because the hertz and voltage that you need to do it most efficiently is line voltage. It's 60 hertz, which is what comes out of our plugs, and it's 120 volts, which comes out of our plugs. So that the trick that I saw like done, on YouTube with science experiments is you sharpen two ends of a lead pencil and you make something that they call in prison a stinger, which is just an
Yeah,
extension
yeah.
cord, right? With the two things exposed, and you wrap one around one pencil, one around the other, and you put it in water and wait until it starts boiling. And you
I've
take a
actually seen
lighter.
that in real life. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've actually seen that in real life.
yeah. So, and that's something that like, the normal world doesn't know about unless maybe you happen to have been to prison or someone who did, because that happens a lot when they're trying to heat up their water, because that's what they're doing. You're essentially you're cracking the water through electrolysis, and
Yeah, making the
your
molecules
hydrogen
stick to
gas
each
is
other.
being released. So if you light it, it'll burn. You can make water burn real easy.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you just need electricity. That's it. But that's enough babbling from Jack.
No, you good, Jack. I like talking about all kinds of stuff like this.
Yeah, I am a well of useless information. I could show you how to make a mousetrap into an electric switch. That's interesting. Things I learned at my old job.
That's cool. But like I was saying though, you don't think like, because I've seen people like when it comes to 3D printing stuff, I keep going back to this. I keep thinking about this. I've seen them like Fools was saying, like they could like machine any part they want and print that, like, because I had this company hit me up, like anything you want to be made into metal, they told me they could make it. So a company like that, you don't think they have the ability if they wanted to make a pew pew?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's what
There
I
are
was
companies
saying.
out there that do it now. You just have to buy them by the piece and they'll send it to you.
it's real easy to make one too. Like just make one out of literally. Fools was saying Walmart or something, but yeah, like Home Depot, Walmart. Like if you actually know what you're doing, you can be a very dangerous person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't take very much. It really doesn't. And like with my experiences, certain things that have happened, I always tell people it's like it could be so much worse. Like the Boston bombing was very unfortunate. It was very unfortunate. Those people lost lives and limbs and were scarred forever. But those two idiot brothers that did that, if they had any idea of what they were actually doing, it would have been so much worse. It would have been so much worse because they were just using, and I'm not downplaying this at all, but they were just using like firework powder to detonate those things. If they had any idea how to make any kind of real explosive, it would have been detrimental because of the loss of life. I mean, it would have been tenfold or greater possibly, you know?
They're using pressure cookers, and I know that I know that because it's funny because like they used to use. I'm just saying I know people that used to use pressure cookers to make magic mushrooms because they gotta sterilize the rye and the vermiculite or whatever.
Yep.
And it made it real hard for people that grew mushrooms to get pressure cookers after that incident. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's it's very true. Again, I'm not plugging the company I used to work for, but after that happened, we wanted to make a training aid for it, and we had difficulty at first because it was easy for me to figure out what the cooker was. There was pictures you could look at, and if you were just smart and looked at the bottom of the pot that's stuck in the side of the car, you can make out the name on it. So you just look up what models they sell, and you're like, oh, it's this one. You know what I mean? And then you find out you can't buy it because
Yeah.
for whatever reason they just like, you know. But yeah, it's things could be always be so much worse is my point.
I agree.
That's
So there's this show. I specifically know it's on Discovery Plus, and Jackie, you brought up the National Geographic. I don't know if anyone has seen the series. It's called Trafficked with Mariana Van Zeller.
Sounds familiar. This
So
is about like human
she
trafficking.
looks like she's a tiny little, she looks like she's a white woman. But she's of Hispanic, Spanish descent. And her show, she's got a ton of different episodes about like human trafficking, prostitution. I think she has one because you guys were talking about it, about the 3D printing of guns as well. Like the drug trade, cartels. I can't remember how many seasons the show has, but a crap ton of kind of like underground information.
I'll have to check that out. It's called
How could
Trafficked.
you?
Trafficked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Discovery Plus, and I believe National Geographic. So if you've got, I think Disney Plus has National Geographic
I think
as
we
well.
actually have that this month.
But Trafficked with Mariana Van Zeller.
I'll check that out. Definitely.
Great show. I mean, it's pretty cool to see the different things. I don't know how she gets in with all these people. I mean, she'll go to cartels, and a lot of them, it takes months and months and months, if not years, for her to get meetings with these head people. But she'll have to like show them pictures of people that she's met up with where they're holding all their guns. She's done ones on money laundering,
She did one with
making,
one of the cartels.
yeah. Hmm.
I can't
Oh
remember
yeah,
which one it
several of
was.
them.
Yeah,
Several of
it
them.
was one about they were cooking their stuff and they were doing it out amongst the cows because they were like, oh well, you know, the cows hide it, and they're like, well, you can't be around it because you have to be, you know, like if you're downwind of it, it'll kill you. And
Yeah.
it's like all of
Yeah.
these beef cows are walking around there, and I'm like, oh my god,
Mhm.
all of that meat is tainted. Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
She covers some really cool. I mean,
yes, I've
it's
seen her
not
work.
cool, but
Wow.
it's interesting. Like, yeah, prostitution, like I said, the sex trade, human trafficking, body parts, black
Mhm.
market, anything you can think of that is dark. Uh, she has an episode on it, so it's worth a watch. I can binge watch that 4 or 5 times. It's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, I'll definitely check that out because well, that website that I shared with you, I mean, I had to use that for work before, so that's kind of down my road anyway. You know what I mean?
I
You
gotta.
had to use
I
that for
forgot that
work?
website.
Yeah,
I gotta check that
I was
website
like,
out
wait, you
again.
had to use that for work?
yeah. No, I had to use that for work. I had to watch some of those videos and witness what some of those people were doing to be able to see. Well, you know, they did this to them, and they had this piece.
No. Oh, no.
You know what? That is the YouTube God saying whatever you're about ready to say should not be on the internet, apparently.
That's crazy. Right when he was about to
Gosh, it was
say it.
gonna
Come on.
it was gonna be something good too. Hunter, I
I
want you
know.
to say whatever you want to say, because TMI is always a good thing.
Oh yeah.
How much is this lightly used pancreas, I wonder? Wayne, probably more than any of the medical bills you've already probably had to put forward, and I mean that in a nice way. Oh no, not now.
That's crazy. So
Dang it.
like what in places like South America they do that?
Oh, in America too. In America, like there was, I think that episode covered a guy who was waiting on a kidney, and obviously people in other places are unalived just for things like that. Like it's wild.
Oh yeah.
Baby trade, I mean, just like I said, the things she has covered, I'm like, how the heck can you get in with those people? And like I said, not necessarily the boss of cartels, but the people underneath him that are fairly close. There was a lady that she covered as well that was somewhere in Brazil that was extremely involved in that kind of stuff as well. Like she was the head of all of it for a woman. Just yeah, the show is really cool.
La
Really
Madrina,
cool.
like the godmother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right at the height, Jack. I don't know what you were trying to say. It cut off right away.
Yeah, the good part.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
So
But
that's crazy. You heard about the drones too. I thought that
so
was just a Philadelphia thing.
so I always say that any social media that I really look at is usually TikTok. Um just because I can doom scroll on TikTok. I can't doom scroll on YouTube because I can only see who I'm subscribed to. So once I've watched everyone's stuff, that's the end. I can't see anymore unless I physically search for something. So TikTok was kind of the platform I was shooting for to try to do anything on. But
I
yeah,
got
I've
you.
seen videos on the drones and whatnot. So then I had to go look at the Google machine, as I always do, just to see,
Hmm.
if what people are posting is real. Because like I was saying, half the time they're posting just for likes and views, and I wanted to see, but I'm like, dang, Chester's got all kinds of things going on over there in Philadelphia, that Pennsylvania, that is just, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy here.
And I think there
That's why I
was
tell people it's nuts over here. Like remember I told you, like a lot of these big cases, like the crazy person comes from Pennsylvania, like the guy that tried to hurt the president. We'll say, he's from
right.
here. You know what I mean? So like it's just every big story I've been seeing, like a lot of crazy people come from here, and I was like, this is a little weird. You know?
So I guess from your side of things, because you see the news, the authorities there don't know what the drones are.
Yeah, they don't know what they are, and I thought I saw. I think one night I might have been live, and I thought one was like a police helicopter, and it wasn't. There was a police helicopter came afterwards, and it was just weird, and I didn't know what it was.
Hmm. Oh, Jack wants the link again.
Yeah, I'm dropping it. I just had to copy it.
And I had seen when I was watching some of those videos, they were saying you got one person who's filming these drones in the sky, and then you've got another person looking at the air traffic control map to see if there was any planes in the area, and there wasn't anything.
Yeah, that's weird. There we go. I had to drop it twice. I didn't see my name on the first one. I dropped it. I thought like it wasn't. That was weird. Yeah, I'm curious what you had to say, Jack. As soon as you started talking, it started messing up. If anybody wants to come on, I'll leave it like that.
Anybody.
It's crazy. You don't realize how much Mountain Mama does because, she does a lot of that stuff when we're live together, like getting the
Hmm.
guests on and all that. So I'm doing it now. You know, she wasn't feeling good earlier, like I said. So she said she was tired. So I figured she probably crashed.
Sure. Yeah, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. So I just watched news.
For on, they're saying getting medical marijuana cards to lose your second amendment. Yeah, that's what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me. That's why I got ulterior things that could help me, but still, it makes it a little frustrating. But if your spouse doesn't have a medical card, then they can get some stuff and you'll be safe. Just saying.
So, sorry, Pennsylvania is still illegal without medical need, right?
Yep.
Huh, that's
Pennsylvania
crazy.
is a Commonwealth state, so we're always behind. Like Philadelphia is like ahead of time, like because Philadelphia is one of the first places where you could still have up to 2 ounces, and you wouldn't get charged for like if you had less than 2 ounces, they wouldn't charge you. They start at here, and then eventually they made medical here. I think that's because of Philadelphia, but the rest of the state's not. It's like pretty backwards. You know what I mean? Like they say you have in Pennsylvania you have Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, and then you got Alabama in the middle.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's interesting. I honestly thought a lot more states had legalized it. I'm looking at the map now because I was just curious for uh, my own knowledge, and I really thought there was a lot more. I thought Idaho was one of the few that was not, but I had no idea.
I did hear about the Hawktua scandal,
Yeah, I
JJ,
heard about that.
and she burned everybody.
Of course she did. It was too easy.
Yeah, she said she was making a Hawktua meme coin, and they owned like 90% of the coin, and then as soon as and only certain people like had it in their wallet, and as soon as it went out there, like a little bit after, like a half hour, they all sold. You know what I mean? So as soon as it went all the way to the top, they sold like around there, and then it crashed, and all the people, her fans, got it, lost all their money.
It's
Because
so
there's no
ridiculous.
liquidity in the bank, you don't have nothing. They don't have nothing
I'm
to
going to
back
say
it
if
up.
you invested in that, I full disclosure, I feel like you deserved it. Just
I agree.
saying.
I agree.
I'm sorry to say that, but
No,
come
no,
on.
no. Exactly what she said.
I thought her story was cool at first, but after this kept going and going. I heard that she had a dating app and all these other apps that she was promoting. So I figured it's just a money grab. And she wasn't even thankful for the guy who interviewed her at first. Like,
I'm
you
like,
wouldn't be
all you
here if it
have to
wasn't for
do
that
is
guy.
say like 2 words, right? And that's it. You're instantly famous. That's freaking nuts. That's nuts.
Crazy.
That's insane. It's crazy.
I only do
Super crazy.
Dogecoin trying to go to Mars with Elon. I think that crashed too. I had that for a little bit. I had to sell
No.
them all.
So what's
Dogecoin.
crazy, I had Dogecoin way back when the GameStop stuff was going on, right?
Yeah, me too.
And shit, I had bought into it when it was like 2 cents, 2 cents a stock. And if I saw correctly, it's like at 40 some odd cents right now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have it now because I cashed out a long time ago because I was really worried about it. But dang, yeah, two
I
cents
believed
is what I
in.
bought it for.
That's crazy. I wish I was
You're
still
still
holding
holding.
too.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm not, unfortunately.
Yeah, me neither. I sold.
I don't
I
have
believed in
anything.
something else called Uniswap. I don't know if I told you about that. It was like another coin that was supposed to do good before all that, and that came out and did good at first, and then it crashed. And I still don't know where it's at. It might be doing good now.
I'm old fashioned. I got coins and jars hidden in the stone wall.
I
That's
love
the
it.
way to
Jack, we
do
want
it.
to hear your story too that you were trying to tell us.
Yeah. What happened? You cut out.
What was I talking about? I don't know. I like running my mouth a lot. Um, what was I talking about?
You were talking about looking at that site for work.
Oh yeah. That's right. I was talking about that site. So yeah, it's for anybody watching, just to describe it carefully. It's not a site that you'd uh, let your grandmother look at. It's not something that you'd even want to look at. It gives a lot of people, normal people, nightmares. But it's something that I had to use for work to try and decipher how some of the bad guys were doing their stuff so I could make things that look like the things the bad guys were using to help the good guys train, because my whole aspect of it was like it started out as counter IED training, like making different things that look like things that go boom and stuff like that. But yeah, as far as that website, like yeah, I had to watch some of the cartel videos, some of the ISIS videos. Yeah, like there's one that sticks out with the Jordanian pilot, and it's just like that. That's something that unfortunately I watched that it's like you can't unsee it. And it wasn't because of the content at all. The thing I found most disturbing about that particular video was how it was filmed. It was filmed like it was a Hollywood video. it started out with, and I'll just tell you the beginning and that's it, because I'm not going to go into detail about anything else. But the very beginning of it, you see these two mountains and there's a river flowing down through the mountains. And then all of a sudden the river catches fire. What they were doing was they were filming it in a way where it was just literally a trough going through the sand where they were running the fuel from what they were about to light on fire away so they could safely light it. And they filmed it with this like really expensive like Hollywood style camera, and they filmed it in a way where it was like a movie, and they put their music to it. For anybody who knows what I'm talking about, they have a specific kind of music that they put to it, and it was just awful, you know. But
That kind of.
it's an awful website.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is. And there's
You
some
gotta tell me
interesting
that
stuff on
website.
there, but it's whew. Yeah, so anyway, that's all I was gonna say was, yeah, I had to use that for work sometimes. Like early on, the company started in 2007. Early on, like 2007, 2008, 2009, I'd say right up until like maybe 2013, maybe 2012, somewhere around there. I was still actively using it. So yeah, it's
That's when like ISIS was around.
yes, yes, and that's where a lot of the mechanisms and the like training aids that that company I used to work for had was really tailored around stuff like that. Um, and I mean, I could literally sit here and tell you like different. There was that one. What was her name? Catherine Bigelow, I think, is one of the directors. Uh, what did
Does
she
sound
do?
familiar.
Zero Dark 30, I think. I don't know. Like, not to brag, but if you've seen any movies that had any kind of explosive or like a fake grenade or even some of the prop guns and stuff, it probably came from our company because we were making stuff out of urethane that, you know, these soldiers and you know, whoever, cops, whoever, like whatever the thing was, they could throw it around. And the urethane was actually from the railroad industry, so like it was extremely durable stuff. You know, we did videos of us driving it over with this truck that we had, and me and the owner actually, I have a private range on my property that we go down with the pew pews. Now we went down there and we put like, I don't even know how many rounds into this thing, and just to see how durable the urethane was, and we were like, yeah, this is definitely it. So, uh, but yeah, we did a lot of different things like that. Like here, I'll tell you an interesting story since you guys want to hear an interesting story. This is
Oh yeah.
this is I made a complete ass of myself the first time I ever like went on a date with this woman. And oh my god, it was like the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life. And I had talked to her, and I was at her place like maybe 2 or 3 times, and she's like, all right, well, let's go out, because like I had to go out with her daughter, and I had already met her daughter, and like we wanted to go out in a public setting. So we go out to go see what was that first Harley Quinn movie? I don't remember the name of it. You know what I'm talking about? That first Harley Quinn movie that came
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I
It
know what
wasn't
you're talking
it wasn't Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey was the second one. So we go to see that in the theater, right? And there comes a point in the movie, and I didn't even realize that we had sold anything to the prop company for that movie. There comes a part in the movie where they show the witch's heart, and it's next to this grenade that if the grenade goes off, it's called an incinerary grenade, and it just catches fire, whatever it's around. It's made out of like, I forget. But the whole point of it is the one that our company made wasn't correct, and I knew the flaw. Like, you know, because I worked there, I could see the flaw 1,000 miles away, and I saw it on the screen. And I literally remember blurting out, first date with her out in public, "Oh, that's one of ours." And then I realized how much of a jackass I sounded like. She thought it was funny, and actually to this day, I have the last remaining one that our company made because we fixed the problem with it, and we use it as a Halloween decoration. So
That's cool.
yeah, yeah, that's my stupid story.
No, that's cool. I like all that. Like I like that stuff. Like I said, when it comes to 3D printers and how far they're gonna go. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, who knows like what they could do next, like at home. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like people.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Even with the metal ones, like you were saying. I mean, when I had first got into 3D printing for the things I did with work, I'd say that metal 3D printing was probably about 10 years behind plastic 3D printing. And right now it's so much closer because the plastic 3D printing just in a couple of years has just blown up. I mean, the technology and the different polymers that they can use and everything. We
Rainey's
lost Miss
gone.
Rainey. The different polymers, you'd be surprised how strong some of these things are. I mean, they're in some cases almost as strong as steel at a fraction of the weight. Some of them maybe even stronger than steel, but it depends how much you want to pay for it, what kind of printer.
Carbon fiber or something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Wayne. Yeah. Yeah. My job, it was a past life. I'm kind of like in a really weird spot in life right now where I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the future. I may get back into this. I may not. Um, like I said, I'm basically retired from that company, but I'd like to get back into it. I just don't really know exactly how I want to approach that yet. I have a couple different avenues and people that definitely want me back in it because here, I'll tell you another story. Okay. So, and for anyone that has any interest in me as far as my accreditations, if you hit me up on Discord, I'll send you my LinkedIn. You can read. I have thousands of different things that I've written over the years, so you can make your own judgment. Um,
That's
but
pretty cool.
but yeah, I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I'm a scatterbrain.
It's all good.
But oh, I know what I was going to say. Yeah, I would like to get back into it just because it was a very interesting thing to do where you would have these people. They're called EOD. So it's basically the guys that go and defuse the bombs. Okay.
Oh yeah. Like that one movie where the Hurt Locker or whatever.
Yes, which we also did stuff for, and I could literally point everything out. So again, not to brag, but
That's
that
cool.
was the Hurt Locker was actually I can't remember what year that came out, but The Hurt Locker was one of our first big movies that we did. It was like the movie. Actually, there is a again, I'm not going to give away any names, but I'll tell you guys this: there is a Pew Pew store in Pennsylvania that has a signed autographed prop that wasn't used in the movie, but it's the exact same prop that was used in the movie. You know what I mean? So it's not one that was actually used, but it's the same thing we sell that they used. And
That's
it's
cool.
autographed by what's his name? Renner. What's his first name? Just remember his last name's Renner. But anyway, yeah, he signed it and there's
I
a
know
whole
you're
bunch
talking
of
about.
stuff
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
he got hurt on the snow or a snowplow or something at his house.
A,
He almost
a
died there.
snow cat, I think it was. A snow
Yeah,
cat
snow.
ran him
Yeah,
over. Yeah.
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 No, he was like
Sure.
dry. He was operating. I think he went sideways down the hill and the weight
Yeah.
of it went on top
Yep.
of him. Yeah,
Jeremy Renner, that's what his name is. Yeah.
yeah. That's his name. Yeah,
Yeah. I like him though. I like him as an actor. He seems like, you know.
he was my least favorite Avenger. I'll tell you that much.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, you're not the only one that feels like that.
Like what the fuck? He's like fucking Robin Hood. That's all he does is shoot arrows. He's good at
Yeah.
shooting arrows.
Yeah. But yeah,
That's
thanks.
pretty
Wayne.
cool with
Yeah,
the
so
props and shit, man. That,
the story I was going to tell you. So the reason I brought that up, one of the last things I did was I would have to go to one of these like technology shows, right? And it was just a thing. You get the company out there and you talk to people, and it's a handshaking thing, and this is who we are. But at the same time that goes on in a specific state that I'm not going to mention either, there's what they call like the it's like a EOD training thing. So you have all of these guys Some of them are from all over the world because they're here for this other thing that's global that takes place in this state. And then, like, only 20 miles away, they're having this whole training seminar. So you have people that are in this same industry from all over the world that come and like watch where, some of the Marines train and, possibly, Army EOD, maybe it might be the state police from whatever specific state. So you have all of these guys, and then they do this big training thing, and it's awesome. And they have some companies there, and they can show off their products, and that's all cool. What's really neat is afterwards they have this party, and you got a picture like these are all some seriously, seriously hardcore people. Okay, like they're so hardcore that when war is going on, they're out there chasing bombs. They're literally going after the thing that, is going to unalive you, and they're trying to dismantle it so it doesn't blow everything up.
Yeah.
I was very honored to work with a guy who, when a certain conflict was going on and we had to go into Fallujah, he was basically responsible for unwiring the entire city. And the stories he told me about them taking apart little electric motors and running wires and stuff, and like the things that I learned from him, and the things that I learned in my own research, and the things that I read, because like I read so much about these different things over the years. Um, I would get invited sometimes to go to these after hour parties with all of these hardcore guys. And like, I have never been in the military. I never claimed to be in the military. I actually cannot stand people who like stolen valor. Oh, I mean,
I hate that
it,
shit. Yeah.
it pisses me off as much as watching someone who's not handicapped park in a handicapped spot. It pisses me off even more. Okay. So I go in, and I don't want to go to the party because I don't drink, number one, and literally going to these parties is why I gave up drinking. One of the reasons, because I came home and puked in my sneakers because I thought it was a trash can, and then woke up the next morning, found out.
We
But
love them there.
oh yeah. Well, a shot of they're like, well, you want a shot of Patron? This is back when I drank, and I'm like, yeah. So they take a whiskey sifter and they pour 3 fingers in the whiskey sifter, and that's a shot of Patron. Whew. So anyway, I don't want to get
That's
lost.
why I get along.
So so I get invited to go to these parties, and I would never go, because it's just not my thing. And the one time I had to go to one of the parties because they wanted these devices made that were just ridiculous. I mean, they wanted it so that these guys couldn't cut into it because there's a wire running inside of it, and then it's what you call a foil switch. So it's like 2 pieces of foil. So if you hit it with any kind of probe and the inside foil hits the outside foil, the switch goes off and the buzzer goes off, and you fail the seminar. In real life, you'd be unalived, but in the training seminar, it's
You're out.
sorry.
No,
Oh,
I'm saying
yeah.
like in the
Yeah.
in the training thing, you're out.
Yeah, I'm
Next
sorry.
guy.
I was just
Yeah.
reading Hunter's message about the stolen valor stuff. Yeah. I take it personally just because like I had the honor of working with some of the most impressive human beings I think I've ever will know in my life. So getting back to this thing, it was a very complicated thing, and there was a couple things that could go wrong with it. And I had this other guy that I was training to basically take over my position as far as building these things, because I was going to go on and like try to further promote the company. And I had told them, I'm like, if there's any issue with it, just let me know, and I'll just I'll drive out and meet up with you guys. So they had some problems, and I said, no problem, I'll meet up with you, I'll fix them, in the parking lot. So here I am with a bunch of things that look like real bombs in the back of a parking lot,
Oh
in the
shit.
back of an SUV, with the back of the SUV up, and I'm obviously doing stuff underneath the one light that was on in the back of the parking lot. And then I made this thing just to kind of mess with the EOD guys, because they had been working with the training aids all day, and they heard what my sirens, the ones that I picked out, what they sounded like, because I love ones that would just like shock the hell right out of you. So I made this thing that basically what happened was I finished the work I had to do, and then I took this other thing that I made, and I walked into the restaurant where they were all hanging out drinking, and a lot of them were already drunk, and I just set it down on a table and set a timer and walked away. And I heard the timer go off, and then the siren started going off, and it was a fun time. It was a fun
That's
time.
fun.
They all remembered who I was. So, but yeah,
I
that's
bet they would. That's
What
bad.
are they doing here?
yeah. So I was very honored to be a part of that, and they always considered. So like what I did, it was doing stuff like that. It's called doing red team, okay, or red team, being red team, however you want to word it. But what that means is basically you're one of the good guys pretending to be one of the bad guys to make the training more accurate. And I was very lucky to be that guy. You know what I mean? To the point that if I do get back into it, I'm probably going to try to do something down that road because I have the knowledge already. It's not like I can, forget a lot of this stuff. And it was kind of fun because at the end of the day, I could put my head on the pillow knowing I did something good, or at least attempted to. Um, and it was very weird for me to have a Marine friend of mine. His name's Don. Um, have a Marine friend of mine that said he envied me because I was the guy making all of these training aids and had the opportunity to do that. And I was just like, wow, like that just to have a EOD. And like he wasn't just EOD, he was master EOD. He was this same Marine I was talking about that that cleared out Fallujah. So yeah, it was an honor to do something like that, especially like I said, not having served myself. So
No, that's cool.
yeah,
So I just came upstairs. I'm going out for a cigarette. It's like they always
no,
have
that's
a
all right.
TV
I'm about to
habit.
do the Chester slide. So
That's cool. I never know when I'm walking in on myself. No, but that's cool with all those props. A lot of those dudes, like that industry's getting big for like Comic Cons and shit. People like dressing up, and it's cold as shit out. The temp dropped. It wasn't this cold earlier.
oh yeah, it's supposed to get real cold tonight, McFly. Like I'm sure it's even gonna be cold down where you're at, man.
Oh yeah, you can see the sky. It's like it looks like Arctic. Like you can see like the stars and shit. That's how I know it's cold usually here.
Yeah, when it's crystal clear.
Yeah, you can't see the fucking stars like in a hot summer night. Not where I live. In Broomall where I used to live, like like further up in Delaware County, you could see a lot of stars and shit. And even like when I lived in like Thorndale, you could always see the stars. But like right next to the city, you can't see shit because all the fucking lights,
Yeah,
all that light
all the light
pollution.
pollution. Exactly. All that light pollution. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, listen. So just something to throw out there. When it warms up, man. I don't know about you getting up here, but maybe if you want to bring your e-bike up, we should do like a joint video thing or something. You know what I mean? Come up here and I'll show you Scranton. There's not
Oh, I'm
much to
down.
show, but no, I mean, there's a little bit, like, they brought a lot of the historic sites back, like the old iron furnaces and stuff. And they have the
Probably
heritage
like
trails for bike
Westchester.
ride and stuff. So,
Yeah, it's probably like a Westchester, like historic or like Wayne. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Here, like Wayne, Pennsylvania's got a lot of historic stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, it'd be a good time. What's up, Nacho Daddy?
Oh, what's good, Nacho Daddy? I'm here, bitches. That's funny.
Wow, Nacho, you missed it all. Just had an exclusive with Jack Walls.
That's dope.
Sorry. But
Yeah, you're good.
yeah, it was fun. Like, and I never like telling anybody about like doing movie props because then they're like, oh, you make movie props? And I'm like, no.
Hmm.
It's just the things that I made could be used as movie props.
Did they ever
No,
do anything like for cars, like to make the cars look like futuristic for movies, like any stuff
no,
like that?
no, no. It was basically like I said, anything like any fake like pew pews, any fake like drugs, fake bombs, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because like places that we would. So there was a lot of different three-letter organizations in the government that we sold stuff to, like every single one of them, every single one of the three-lettered, and then some.
That's
Some
cool.
some of our stuff I know was used to help take down bad guys. That's about all I can say about that. So
Oh, that's cool because they gotta get a, they gotta always learn,
mhm.
especially like with stuff today.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
with Ukraine,
Catherine.
Ukraine proved that you don't need to have all this crazy equipment. Like you don't need tanks. You have to beat tanks.
No, you need little tiny drones that go really, really fast. You know, that was one of the first things that they did during the Ukraine war. So like when it first started out, it was a lot of like World War I style trench warfare. So the Russians were just digging trenches and trying to dig in. And the very first things they did before they made any of the drones blow up was they would take these racing drones with extremely, like good GoPros, something that has such a ridiculous high, uh, whatever. So they'd go and fly around these trenches at like 100 miles an hour, and then they just go back and they would slow down the video if they had to and go frame by frame, and they would be able to see where the Russians had the stuff in the trenches, and then they would just go over with the secondary drones and just bomb them. So it wasn't. And that's probably how a lot of warfare is going to be fought from now on. It's going to be a lot of different drones and stuff like that. Like, you want to hear something absolutely horrific? Think about
Yeah.
how like Disney has gotten away from, or I don't know if they have completely, but I know that they were talking about getting away from doing fireworks shows and having just drones. If you've ever seen any of the different drone shows
Yeah, they,
where
they
they'll
do that in
have like,
Philadelphia. They do it near the art museum. They've done it a whole bunch of times. I've been there
okay, so you
once.
know what I'm talking about. Like they'll
Yeah,
put the drones so it looks like something. Okay, what
it makes it
happens
look
when you
like a
have that
football
many
player or the
drones?
Eagles logo.
You have that many drones that have a little tiny thing on it that's gonna blow up, and then you all organize them to attack in a way where it's going to penetrate whatever they're trying to get through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. They did a video like that where they had one that would go after like world leaders. Do you remember that?
I'm sorry, I was just reading Mr. Rainey's comment. I'm sorry, what?
They made a video like that on YouTube that it was like this thing for like drone technology where it can go after world leaders and stuff and like
Oh
start
yeah, I
wars.
believe that. Yeah, I believe that. You know, there's so many parallels. Like, just to joke around and go down the conspiracy hole, there's like, think about all the different parallels between what's going on right now at an infant stage as far as Ukraine and how that war is being fought with drones. What I'm talking about organizing those drones in a way, and like the movie Terminator, where they talk about drones that are called hunter killers. Okay,
Oh
like
shit.
we're not that far of a step away from doing that. And then I don't want to say something like put artificial intelligence in charge, because artificial intelligence doesn't really exist right now. Okay, what we call AI is not AI. What we call AI is just an advanced program that looks up an answer real quick for something that's already there, right? It's not a learning program that's going to learn on its own. So
It is getting better though. I
it,
mean,
it is it is
it's learning from people actually like doing things over and
yes.
over again with it. Yeah.
Yes, and then see what happens when it actually realizes that we are dangerous, and the movie Terminator comes out to be true. You know, just like another one. Hey, anybody ever remember the old Nextel phones that you used to you could like two-way your friends? I never had one, but they had like that noise
I
that
had
it
it.
would make
I
that
had it. Yeah, the chirp. Yeah, the chirp. I had
yeah.
it.
Okay, so like for any of us old timers here that or anybody that's like, you know, a Trekkie and remembers the old original transponder, I think they called it, that Kirk used, he would literally flip it open like that and it would make a noise. So the guy that wrote that knew cell phones were going to exist at some point and wrote it into the show. Just like so many other things in that show that kind of, you know, it's almost like The Simpsons in a way, you know? He
Yeah,
almost predicted it.
I think Demolition Man predicted a lot of shit too. That movie.
Yeah, so didn't what was the one I was watching before? Oh, I can't remember. It's from the early 2000s still. It'll come. Oh, Idiocracy.
Yeah, yeah, I love that movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, Idiocracy. A lot of people don't know this, and anybody you can look this up and fact check me. But in Idiocracy, they wanted to have a futuristic looking footwear that just looked completely absurd. Like, who would ever wear this? So that footwear, they wound up looking at what prisoners were wearing because prisoners were wearing this real lightweight foam injected shoe that after the movie wound up turning into what we all know as Crocs.
Yeah, or the Yeezy slides, or the
Yeah.
Yeezy, or the Yeezys. I have a pair of them actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
didn't even think about it. Yeah, but those things like that you can't like use them as athletic shoes. You know what I mean?
no, 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 not at all. No, my daughter loves them.
Foam
I
runners.
can't stand them. I wouldn't be able to wear them anyway. I need something that literally I can lace up my ankles
Look,
on. I
see,
need the support. Oh yeah.
I got them. These are like I think some of the last pairs you can get before like right after Kanye went crazy and they're like selling everything.
Wow. Wow.
I'll leave it
Oh,
alone.
so yeah, McFly. So Catherine posted wasn't Scranton the place for the office. So yeah,
Yeah,
that too. If you want to come up here, I will. I can show you all the different places that they talk about. We can, you know, go all throughout Scranton, and I can actually show you these real places. But there's a specific place. I don't know if you like seafood. It's called Cooper's.
I love seafood. My
Oh,
girl's allergic to it. I can't eat it. When she's going out tomorrow to the doctor's, I'm making shrimp when she leaves.
oh, listen, dude, we're gonna do this. We'll do a collab, both of our channels, and you come up here and we'll go to Cooper's, man. You do a review on Cooper's. There are so many different shorts that you could do off just Cooper's too. Like it's a crazy, crazy place. And I'm pretty sure they talk about it in the show. I never really watched the show, but they have a ton of they basically have like a whole store in this seafood restaurant devoted to The Office. And it's a very theatrical thing. Like they have trinkets and gingeely and all kinds of stuff all over the walls. So
I love
yeah,
Cooper's for
see,
my free birthday dinner. They give you a free birthday dinner?
oh yeah. Yeah.
Really? That's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tiny, but they give it to you. You know, it's free. They give you. I forget what it is. I think you can choose. But yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
still pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Catherine's right. Yeah. It's basically a museum. You go in there and like, I can't even describe it to you. There's just so much stuff, you know. And really, you want to be there in the summer because they have like a whole outdoor deck that looks like a lighthouse, and they're always out there partying, and they have outdoor bars. So yeah, it's a cool place. It is.
I'll definitely come up there in the summer.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There's a train that goes up there. There's probably a train that goes up there.
Uh, I know that the bus station is right there, and the bus station is only a couple blocks from Cooper's actually. I'm trying to think of where the train station is though. Not that far.
You gotta have a train station, yeah. You can take there's trains from Philly that go everywhere pretty much.
I bet you Catherine knows. Catherine, you're watching. So McFly's in Philly. He wants to get here. Where's the closest train station? You know, I just can't think right now. My brain is just. I spent the whole day getting firewood together and splitting stuff.
New
And
train is still held up by 7 miles of track. Oh shit! So there's no train station up there. That's crazy. You think they would have a train station?
yeah, seriously, like there's enough track up here, you know, because you have Steamtown right there. So like there's a whole train museum. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe you might want to come up here for the weekend if you can, you know,
Yeah, I'll be down.
go camping out in the country. I'll set you up, dude. I got a beautiful campsite up at the top of the field.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You said you have like an orchard and stuff.
Yeah, my house sits in the middle of a what we call an heirloom orchard. So it's a orchard that's over 100 years old. And actually, like it's to the point now where like some of the trees are just so bad. The last snowstorm we had, there's large branches that broke off. I gotta cut back. So I'm gonna wind up probably cutting the trees in half because they're monsters. They're just way too big. They're unmanageable. And then
If it's near like a house, then you got to get rid of it.
oh yeah. There's one right next to the house I don't want to completely get rid of, but I think I have to at this point. You know, it's just it's doing damage to the house. Stuff's scraping against it, and then there's moss growing on it because you know it doesn't get enough sunlight because of the leaves. So yeah, it's got to go. Yeah. You're right. They need to be regrafted. Yep. Yeah.
You know how to
All
you know how to
many
grab
tasks.
trees.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. My father showed me how to graft trees.
That's
A lot
pretty
of these
cool.
trees were grafted. So yeah, it was there's always so much work and never enough time, you know. But, yeah, I'm surprised Mountain Mama never got on. She's probably she's
She
gonna be
told me she
so hard
wasn't
on.
feeling good earlier, and so like when I hit her up a couple times, and I didn't hear back from her, and I remember her saying that she wasn't feeling good, so I just put two and two together, and I waited till like 8 something. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna start it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tomorrow she was like, oh, there's a show. We had a show. Like, yeah, we did.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll give her a shout out, Mountain Mama. You know, you didn't make it here. I have no problem, you know, sitting in. I'll be your co-host.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah. I just realized how long we've been on here, man. We've been on here a while.
Yeah, like 3 hours.
Yeah.
We can go to like the 3 hour mark, and you know.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. We can go for another 7, 8. You know,
Yeah, so,
I'm sure I can run my mouth about something. Let's see, what did I already talk about tonight? Cracking water for energy, getting energy from wood smoke. I have, so like my property is really weird too. I have all of these artesian well, like in the springtime, water just kind of gurgles out of the ground in this one spot on my property. So I had this large machine. I just started scraping all the dirt and like trying to get down to the raw rock so I can figure out exactly where it is and focus it all into a pond that already existed on my property, but I had to repair the pond, and it's already full. It's already full, and
that's crazy.
yeah, well, I didn't finish repairing the dam yet because like everything I put there, it got really wet, and I walked out there, and it's just like it's so wet. If I go out there with my machine, it's gonna sink. So, whatever.
You got fish in there?
No, not yet. It literally it filled up in the past 2 weeks. There was nothing there before my I'll be polite and just say crazy neighbor decided to destroy the dam on my pond on my property and then dig over on his property and drain my pond to fill another pond that's already on my property. But that's a whole separate story. I don't want to talk about that.
That's cool.
But yeah, there isn't. There's no fish in it yet. There was fish in it a long time ago, but I don't know. I don't know what happened to them. I think the critters, the outdoor critters, may have fished it out. You know, I just wanted to fix what was there and try to get the pond back. Because I don't know, it's nice having the frogs in the summertime up here. They're extremely loud. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yep. So yeah, I want to try and get some kind of water energy going once I get the pond fixed and get the dam the right way and everything, and I can focus all the water because in the springtime there's just so much water that moves on my property. I figured it'd be cool to have a water wheel, you know.
You get like a turbine. That's what I was about. Yeah, ask you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't have anything, but and I'm not a smart guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm very clever. I can figure things out. I'm really good at figuring things out. So I want to put a water wheel and have basically a wheel and a turbine. So if you know what a water turbine
Yeah,
is,
yeah. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
You get
yeah,
electricity off of it and shit. I saw some
yeah.
guy that took like an old water wheel and he put like electric motor on it and he was able to power like a little like house basically with it.
Hmm. Yeah, there's different ways to do it. If I had the money, I would want to create something called the Power Wall, which is just it's
And like the Tesla Powerwall.
yeah, precisely that, but build my own. Because you can build it cheaper than his. And the key to that, to not having it catch on fire, is the battery management system, called the BMS. You always want to make sure there's a good BMS. Yeah, you and I talked about that before. Yeah,
It's like the
but
same. It looks like another wall, but it's not. It's like this something that manages it basically. And then he said you can get a whole bunch of power walls to store all the electricity.
yes, yeah, and definitely for right now, like lithium ion is really good weight wise. If you didn't have access to that and you were using it for your house, you could definitely just use lead acid. That's what a lot of different like churches and like hardware stores, places like that, they would have their own. Because again, it's not, none of this is new technology. It's all just old
Yeah, it's all.
recycled things that they do a little bit better with a different battery. They would basically have like 10 car batteries. There's your 120 volts. So the power goes out, your emergency lighting system would still be 120 volt. You know, you'd still have power to essential things if you needed it for a short period of time. If you didn't have a
Yeah,
generator, you know. So
yeah. Generator it will work too. And those ceiling. I don't know those ceiling. Those roof solar panels that look like. They look like tiles on the roof. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, actually, Catherine that's in the chat knows a lot about that.
I've
She's
heard good
just
and bad things about them.
well, a lot of it depends on like what you want to do with it. You know what I mean? And what like who puts it in. You know, if you're doing it yourself, you have to be careful what kind of solar panels you use. You know, if it's not like through a different outfit that already knows, uh, you know, like they have some kind of time tested uh, series that they use. But there's a lot of different like homesteaders. I follow. I loosely follow one on YouTube that it was funny. I started following the guy, and I found out he's also from Pennsylvania. He used to live up here in PA, and he moved down to live somewhere. I want to say in North Carolina, I believe is where he lives. And he has a bunch of solar panels on a thing that he built in his yard, and he has his own little power wall. And you know, when that's not charging up the batteries, he has a generator, and you know, he has different things. But like, man, he's got some stuff. He has an outdoor kitchen on his property, like you know,
That's
and
cool.
it's a pretty decent size solar like wall that he made out in the middle of his yard. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So I don't know. There's it depends how much power you want to consume, you know. I would want to have enough power to be able to operate my well because I'm not I'm not so far away from town that I'm way out in the boonies, but I consider where I live the country. It takes 10 minutes to get to town, and then like to get to Scranton from here, I'm about 25 minutes, maybe a half an hour, depending which way you go. So I'm far enough away from the city that I don't even consider myself to be in suburbia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I could literally, back before anybody lived in the house that I'm in right now, when it was abandoned, there was deer shot from the upstairs of this house, you know, because they're right out there. You know, if you, anybody that watches my content, all you see is deer. They're always around my house. So
That's
rather than
cool.
shoot them with a gun, I shoot them with a camera, you know, even though, you know, anybody who follows me, I'm sorry. I want to take a deer this year. I'm going to try. I haven't yet. We're already in the second week of deer season, or the third, I forgot. But
Like I
we
said,
have
I've never.
different.
I tried eating one and it tasted terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it probably wasn't prepared right, and I'm very sorry. Because yeah, it I guarantee you it tasted like ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
My brother,
the
you like it? It tastes good. I'm like,
no,
no.
no.
I'm like, I can't eat this shit. Like, I tried. Like, I tried to be nice. I ate like a quarter of it. I can't do it. He's like, well, you not hungry? I'm like, no, I'm hungry. It just this shit tastes bad. Like, and I'm not trying to be mean to you. Like, you know,
So like a lot of different people will talk about different ways to get the game taste out of stuff and whatever. And there's two things that can do that depending on like what you're hunting. Really. Like a salt brine, and you soak the animal overnight. So like if you were, you know, a country boy and you wanted to go shoot a squirrel, you know, like
like
like some
country
people we
boy.
know, you know, go shoot a squirrel and eat it. You might want to soak that animal in a salty brine to pull out that game taste overnight. Do it for 24 hours, and it will. And you'll be like, wow, this is like some really lean chicken. And it's not. You're eating squirrel. You know what I mean? As far as venison, though, the best the best way and only way that I like venison is cooked with bacon grease, because venison is such a lean meat. It'll hold that game taste, and a lot of people don't like the lean meat because it's really tough. But if you take it and you
It
cut it
was
really,
tough.
really, oh, you
I
get my
put that up
tag?
there.
Yeah. Can someone drop my ad tag in the chat? At Newfound Life today? Because if I do it, I don't know if I'm gonna bounce out of the chat or not.
No, I got you. I got you. At
Uh, at
Newfound
Newfound
Life.
Life today. Yeah. Mike, thanks for stopping in, man.
At
JJ.
Newfound Life today, you said?
Today. Yeah. Newfound Life today. Yep.
FOUND, right?
FOUND.
Yeah.
FOUND. Yeah, there's no R. Newfound. Newfound Life today.
Is
Yeah,
that
there we
it?
go. Newfound Life today. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
See, it didn't go
Yep.
on
Yep.
my
Yep.
page. It's weird.
Uh,
When I post on
I
here sometimes.
I see it. I see it on all three from here. I see it on Mountain Mama's, the Anything and Everything, and yours.
All right.
So,
Yeah, that's weird. I
yeah.
just seen one. That's why I did the yo. See? And then I see it on here.
Yeah.
Like afterward, I see on all three. That's weird. I'm just testing it.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, JJ. Yeah, absolutely. Sub. There's some newer stuff I put on there. I have to actually go back after I get out of here because someone reminded me I did not put a tag back to the original material, because I always try to credit the original artist, and I put up a short sampling somebody else and didn't put the original tag up. So I have to go
Wait,
do
if you
that.
do a remix, you don't have to do it though.
I
It
know,
automatic.
I know, but I don't do it that way. So that's why I always try to make sure that, like, even if I remix like a song, like I did a Limp Bizkit song, and I didn't. All I did was I took one part of it and I just sampled the one part and replayed it so the song never starts, and I put it behind another video. But then when I posted it to that Limp Bizkit song, and I just turned the volume off. That's all. You know what I
I
mean?
got it.
So like the credit still goes, and then when I sample people who are talking, like, you know, I'll do some Jordan Peterson and Dwayne Knoll, and I just started sampling the two of them, and You know, because they're it's two different aspects of life, and they're two very smart men for two. I won't say two different reasons. I mean, one has a formal education, and the other one's a cowboy, but they both got their education from reading. Is my point. You know,
Oh, see, I spelled it wrong.
what's that?
He put it you put NE found life.
Any two?
You see that?
It's new NEW found FOUND
Yeah, but I
life.
did it right.
Yeah, you did it right. Yeah, any two found life today is not
It says today.
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 That's
Oh, all right, all right, all right. I
yeah.
thought I was crazy. I'm like, I didn't do it right.
Oh, that's funny.
You're good. I can put it there so people can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
pretty cool.
yeah,
I like that option. I just been clicking on comments and you can see it up here. Mountain Mama does that always. I don't pay attention. And she adds the people usually to the show and all that shit. I don't do that. So
yeah. I hope she's not too hard on herself for not being here tonight.
no, it should be good. She'll just be like, oh, I overslept. I'm like, that's cool.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. I mean, honestly, like I'll tell both of you right now, you know, if either one of you is ever not feeling well and you need a co-host, you know, as long as I'm not doing anything, and right now around this time I'm not doing anything, so you
No,
know,
that's awesome.
yeah, absolutely.
Cause
No, thank you for having me. You
that's
know?
why, yeah, dude, you didn't sabotage my shit.
Oh man. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I sent you a message on Discord. I think I did. I sent you one with a screenshot of somebody's name that I'm not mentioning.
I'll check it out when I get off here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. People disappear, people come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's unfortunate. Whatever. You know. But
yeah.
I
I
will.
saw something else too. Somebody sent me something else while I was doing this about somebody else. So I don't know. I'll show you that too.
Yeah, I am actually glad to see the reels back though.
What do you
You
mean?
know, the
Oh
real
yeah,
Black
yeah,
Lion. Yeah.
yeah. I'm happy to see that too.
Yeah. I mean, again, unfortunate, but obviously it's a necessity of life, you know? So,
Yeah. I told you I heard he's doing now. He's trying to say he's getting money to give to the homeless, and that's
that's
just crazy to
pitiful.
me.
That's
Yeah.
pitiful. That's what that is. That's pitiful. Yeah. No, listen, I'll admit it right here. Screen record me. I used to be a lurker. I used to go in there and lurk. It's not even worth it. It's just
No.
sad. It
I went
is.
in there the one day and I tried to tell them off, and they were just blocking me and like panicking that one time. They're like, "Oh no, Chester's in here," like panicking. I'm like, that's not worth it.
Yeah. I've known people like him in my life, and they're just not worth your time, you know? Not worth a
Yeah,
breath. Not worth a breath. Not at
yeah,
all.
I've known plenty of people like that. And I don't know. I tried being able to talk to him. Like I said, he said the one thing I will say though, he's like, nobody called me to tell me any of this stuff, and I called you 3 times. Like, I'm like, people don't like when you go in and you say you're live and leave. Like, well, everybody else is doing it. I'm like, no, they're not. Only you. But
Yeah.
he was saying that when other people go live at the same time. I'm like, well, nobody. If they were in my live, doing a show with me, and then they leave to go live. I mean, that's kind of a little different.
What blows my mind is I didn't even hear what I just thought he was bouncing out. I didn't hear him say he was going live because I didn't realize that had even happened when I was on a live with you until I
The
saw a
replay.
video on it. Yeah, I saw a replay of it. And I was like, holy shit. I didn't realize it was that night.
Yeah, he was doing it all the time, and I kept saying like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Yeah, it's It's unfortunate.
I even said something on that. I'm like, well, why are you doing that? Did you hear me? I'm like, well, what the hell? And then he came back.
What's really crazy to me though is we'll call it the ripple effect from all of this. I'm gonna label it as complete and utter bullshit. Okay, because like just across the board, like there's so many reasons why things didn't have to happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And everybody knows what I mean. Um, but like yeah, just across the board, like it's so ridiculous. You know. I had a good point and I lost it. I'm gonna admit that. I
It was
completely lost it.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I tried to talk to him, like I said, and he just wouldn't listen. That guy. I'm like, just don't do that. And I could do what I want, and it's about me. And it's just like those kind of answers. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Well, at the end of the day, it's his channel, I'm not supporting him. I'm just saying it's his channel and he can choose to run it how he wants, If he wants to run it like Hawk to a girl, let him, you
Yeah.
know. I don't my whole point of it is I'm not going to bother supporting his channel even by going in there and lurking because people like that are not worth a breath of my time. They're
Yeah.
just not. They're just not.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I agree.
Life is way too short. That's the one thing that 2024 has taught me is life is way too short for shit like that.
Yeah. No,
Way
I agree.
way too short. Uh, but yeah, with that said, I think I'm done ranting for the night.
That's
McFly,
cool.
it's been a blast. Um,
Yeah, we went over 3 hours, so we did good.
yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody had fun. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me. Um,
Always a pleasure.
yeah, yeah. So, what's
See,
it hot
Chess,
to, girl?
she ripped everybody off for money. She said she was doing some currency thing. They gave her money, and then she stole it all.
Yeah, yeah. Just use the goggle. Look it up. But yeah, that's what she did. She just, Catherine. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you very much.
And then didn't you hear her at the end? She's like, I'm tired. I'm about to go to bed. Bye, guys. Like, I don't know. Everybody was like talking to her, like, why would you do this? And then she's like, I'm going to bed. Goodbye. I thought that was funny. It's like a pre-recorded message, I think.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Oh well. No.
But yeah, I guess yeah, I'm gonna end it. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Fools, and Miss Rainey for coming by as well, and everybody else in the comments. Nacho, Catherine, Miss Rainey, Hunter, Wayne. I try to go back and read some of the, you know what I mean, like JJ, Rick,
Got to give a shout out.
and Krills, and Subi.
Oh yeah, backyard. I didn't know you were in here.
Oh yeah, and
He
Country
was he
Boy
was
in here.
lurking. Backyard was
No.
lurking.
Yeah, no, he was in here earlier. But yeah.
All right.
So, all right, y'all. I'm
Peace
out.
out.
Have a good night. I might go on. I don't know. I might make it shorter. So I don't know. I'm probably done for the night, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I might go do a short, man.
Hmm.
I know I got to go back and fix that one, and I'm already gonna be in that spot, so I'm already gonna be in that realm.
That's
See what
cool.
happens. Yeah, yeah. All right. Peace out, everybody. Thank you very much, McFly, for having me. Mountain Mama, I hope you feel better. I hope you watch this.
Oh shit! There's Country Boy.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Country Boy.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure I'll see somebody in somebody's chat at some point.
That's
Woke up
true.
at 4 a.m. and Backyard was on. I'm like, why? That was
That's
awesome, though.
hilarious.
That was so awesome. I was like, of course, he's doing live right now. Yeah, you're awesome, man. I love your shorts. All right, I'm out. See you later.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace, y'all.